Trying to find a comfortable position
Yeah,
for this.
same
Beans.
Brains.
Beans. Welcome back to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm Connor, and once again I'm joined by the boys, Joey and Garnt.
Yes, we are doing our last podcast episode in London.
We are indeed.
Yeah.
Sad to be going. This is such a nice set.
Yeah.
Definitely our most well-produced set.
Definitely.
Yeah, we've had a lot of well-produced sets, but this one is on another level, I'd say.
Yeah, you're going to be sad to be going back to... Oh, my God.
We got lights.
We got everything here.
Wait,
God damn.
also, you have to show them because we didn't utilize it. You got to do the wrestling entrance.
Oh, yeah, so there's a...
This door can open.
There's a door here where a guest can enter from.
Wait, let me enter from there.
Go on, Joey.
I'll do like a little... Yeah, I'll do an intro. All right, tell us when you're ready, Joey. Hailing from Australia, it's the man himself from down under. It's the Anime Man. Woo!
I saw it.
The worst takes in all of Australia.
Yeah.
He's come on to defend himself. All right. Okay, he's broken it.
Don't break the set. That's Connor's job. Connor's job. There we go.
We don't have insurance, guys. Come on.
Yes. So, since the Anime Man, you're coming on the podcast today. We get to talk about first time. Is this your first time?
Yes,
Are we really
actually.
going to talk about anime? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. I
done
mean,
it so
I
long.
thought so. We got like some actual like interesting questions. I feel from the VIP section of like our tour. You know, so to explain, in every show we do, we had like an hour kind of like VIP Q&A, and sometimes you can kind of expect what questions would be asked. I think we had a bet on in the Germany show about how many questions it would take to ask me about my opinions on bread.
Because every single show it came out.
Yeah. But I feel like one interesting question we actually got was someone actually asked, what are the 7 wonders of anime? And then we started answering it, and then we realized that we should probably stop because we were getting into an argument about it. And we had a show to do the next day. We had a show to do the next hour, sorry. So we were just like...
Anime, are we counting manga in this, or is it strictly anime?
You don't read manga, Connor, so
but
why would that play? Why would that play?
Wow. Okay,
why would that play into your
You fucking did a dramatic pause to call me out. You were like, well, Connor, does it fucking matter because you're dumb?
Why would it affect your answer, Connor?
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely, because like if we're including manga, like Berserk is up there, but if it's not, it's
that
not.
is true.
You know what I mean?
If it's
That
just
is true.
anime,
we need
then it won't
to
be there.
clarify that right now for the audience, so they're like, why wasn't this thing on there? It's like because the manga was.
but okay. Here's the thing I've always noticed about the difference between.
Give me a yes or a no, God.
Okay, the answer is no.
Okay,
have
good.
you noticed this about like the manga community where no one can agree on what the best anime is, but in terms of like the goated mangas, it's always fucking Vagabond, Berserk, Vinland
good.
Saga,
Yeah.
Slam Dunk. You know, it's always like the same 10 manga that gets mentioned.
I'm
That's true.
glad that we got that out of the way right now. That was
Yeah.
about a 15
So
minute
no
discussion.
manga, just strictly
All right,
anime.
so number one, hear me out.
All right.
My Hero Academia.
Shut the fuck up, Connor. Shut the fuck up.
Because nothing has united people in hating so much. You know, I just think that
I thought it was the Dragon Ball fans for the longest time that united people.
Can we get this clear first and foremost? Like, what are the credentials for it to be considered like the 7 wonders? Like, does it have to be
Actually, going beyond anime, what are the actual 7 wonders of the world? Can you guys name the 7 wonders of the world?
one of them is the pyramids. I'm getting that one right now.
Pyramids of Giza, Stonehenge?
Stonehenge? I don't know.
Stonehenge is a fucking wonder.
That is not a fucking wonder.
I think it is.
Fuck off.
Okay, hold on.
It's just
Let's look it up.
Just a pile of rocks.
We have the Great Wall of
Machu
China.
Picchu, Taj Mahal,
Great Wall of China, Taj
Petra.
Mahal, of course.
This is more than 7.
Yeah, that's
that-
definitely more than 7. The new 7 wonders of the
Oh
world?
yeah, there's like the old 7 wonders of the world and the new 7 wonders.
You know,
so
the whole 7 wonders is fucking dumb, all right?
Yeah.
I prefer Mount Rushmore as an allegory because it's a lot more intense. You just see faces.
as a wonder.
Well, no, it's like a description. Like obviously there's 4 of them. But like
yeah.
when you say
I thought you'd be like,
No.
yo, actually, Mount Rushmore is the best wonder.
I mean, I will say Mount Rushmore was very impressive. How the fuck did they build that? You know, if you try to do that now, we'd be like, sorry guys.
That is true.
I know the Hidden Leaf Village did it kind of better, you know.
yeah, the hidden leaf did it first.
I can't believe they copied off the Hidden Leaf Village.
Okay, when we say 7 wonders, what we mean is like just the 7 most greatest or influential.
Yeah,
or,
we got to get the definition clear, right?
Yeah.
Like, are we talking about like 7 like influential anime
no,
or
so
like
here's the thing,
commercially viable?
Because
or-
each of the wonders in our real world, they all do something different. So I think an anime could be up there for being influential, but an anime could also be up there for just being just amazing.
goat. Yeah.
The goat.
And maybe one of them has done something or inspired a bunch.
Yeah, I
of
mean,
stuff. So let's
clearly
just go with
we
that.
just searched up 7 wonders. And
Seven Wonders of Anime list.
not even the internet can figure out what a wonder is. So I guess we just go by.
There's an anime news network with 7 wonders of anime. Oh, wait, can we
The
see what they
seven
let's-
wonders
let's-
of the anime world. Let's see.
They
actual
actually
locations.
Yeah, they actually just did locations in anime.
Oh, that's
okay,
kind of cool. That's a cool idea. But we're not going to do that.
We're not
'cause
going to do that.
No.
We
Okay.
do not know locations.
Maybe controversial opinion. I don't think Astro Boy should be on there. Yes, it fucking Joey. Come on.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious.
Okay, I need to hear your reasoning then.
I mean, yeah, kind of like started.
It's like being like, oh yeah, top 10 film is Citizen Kane #2. It's like, okay, all right, we get it. Okay, we get it. We're not talking about that. We want something exciting.
Yeah, no one gets excited.
exciting.
No,
Something
one- no,
exciting,
no,
Not
Joey.
every wonder of the world is exciting, Connor.
no,
yes, they all are very exciting.
That's
That's the
why,
whole
like,
point.
the point of the 7 wonders of the world, at least like my kind of personal definition, is like it's on everyone's like bucket list, right? Of places you need to see before you kick the bucket, right?
And you don't need to see
You
Astro
don't need
Boy.
to see Astro Boy. Yes, it started anime.
It's the most
and all of
influential,
that.
yada, yada, yada. Who
Yada
cares
yada
about
yada. Grandfather of
influential?
anime. Who's fucking watched Astro Boy? Joey. Who? Shut the fuck up, Joey. Get
I
the
have.
fuck.
Has Astro Boy
I've read the
aged?
manga as well.
Get the fuck out.
Because I'm a real anime fan.
Okay, I just think that it's kind of, it feels like a cop-out to put it on the list.
Yeah.
It's because
What do you mean?
because it's such a, we're doing a podcast show, we're trying to be entertaining, and I feel like it's boring if we put
Okay,
Astro
let's
Boy.
just fucking add My Hero Academia then. How about that?
Yes,
How about
let's
that?
add it. Let's add
How
it.
about
Like, dude, All Might is sexy. Yeah. What I'm telling you, dude.
Do you
what-
want skinny version or you want buff version?
Yeah,
you
listen.
can get either.
the stuff that Endeavor has done for daddy issues changed the game. Like they progressed it. They progressed it. Okay, I just
Todoroki proves that daddy issue is not gender specific.
Yeah.
you know,
That's
true.
very, very progressive, guys.
yeah, I just think that if we put Astro Boy, it's kind of, it's kind
Okay,
of,
fine. Let's not put Astro Boy then.
Would you have put Astro Boy on?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Because we wouldn't be fucking...
yeah, but then we're gonna have a list that's like every old thing ever.
Not necessarily.
Okay, well, we can make
I think Astro Boy is the only like old school anime that I would include on the 7 Wonders.
Personally.
Off.
Fuck off. No
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
No way.
But
No
okay.
way.
Personally,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's decide right now. We're only gonna agree to one old anime. on
Okay,
this list.
what's your definition of old? Like before the 90s?
Yeah,
Before the 90s.
Before
So
the
it's
90s.
80s, 70s, 60s, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, if there was one, what would you pick?
Probably something. It's probably got to be like Mobile Suit Gundam, right? Like,
I guess we could put multiple. There's more.
Gundam's up there?
What about?
I mean,
what about Akira?
Gundam is still a
Akira?
thing to this
Yeah.
day that has like its lineage has gone like since the beginning Gundam, and it still goes on to this day.
Okay,
And-
question. Are we including movies?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
if that's the case, then I agree with Connor. I think Akira should be up there. Even though I know you don't rate it.
It's just so cool.
Okay, let's put it on the maybe list. Let's see if we can think of
Okay, I agree with.
Is this something we all agree on?
I agree with you on Gundam.
Okay, one I would like. So the first thing that absolutely comes to mind for me,
Yeah.
is Evangelion. Evangelion, I think, is the
I'm
very
happy to put-
definition of the anime that's like.
I'd rather put Gundam on.
Sorry,
I'd rather put Gundam on. I feel like Gundam makes more sense.
why does Gundam make more sense?
Evangelion is just sad Gundam, right? More depressed.
I can't believe you just said
It's
that.
like it's listen. It's just listen. Gundam is, if we're talking influential, it's probably like the most in terms of. And I'm happy to
I
agree
don't
to
know,
that.
man. If it wasn't for Mazinga Z, Gundam wouldn't be here. So
yeah.
How many seasons does Mazinga Z have?
it's like 2, I think.
Yeah, so I mean,
No,
I'm happy
I mean,
to. I feel like Gundam has way more. pop-
Mazinga's also has a lineage that goes on to I think. This
Yeah.
Yeah,
day.
but I feel like we got to talk like pop culture relevance as well. And if we're talking that, I mean, look at how many fucking.
Are you like in terms of pop culture reference in Japan? I would argue Ava is fucking up there. I mean, to me, it's like the influence it's had on kind of like merchandising right? Because
No. That's just because the
talking-
Ava team was just like
This is gonna be
they
impossible
understood marketing, right? Gundam was like, okay, we'll make the Gunplas, and those are still like
and those
huge
still
in Japan,
fucking
like still
sell.
slap.
Yeah, but
right?
with Ava, it was like, let's put all of our characters on fucking everything.
Yeah, but that's
Gundam-
because of the marketing team, not because of the anime.
But I'm arguing for Gundam here. I don't fucking watch a single Gundam. But Evangelion is super popular, only really in Japan to that level. Whereas Gundam is globally known on such a more wider scale, and also
I feel
those
Gundam is
fucking
more
toys, man.
known amongst like different generational like groups. You know.
Also, like, this might be a hot take, but I think it's more important that an anime fan watches Ava than an anime fan watches Gundam. And I
Really?
know I've probably pissed off all the Gundam fans.
I mean, I think that's fair to say.
I think Ava is just such. It's like such a turning point for like the anime kind of like industry as a whole. You don't need to like Ava, but I feel like everyone needs to experience it at least once just to have an opinion on it. There's a reason why Ava aired in fucking, I think, 1995 or 1997. I can't remember the exact year, and it's like been over 20 years, and we are still discussing it. You know?
Okay. Well, let's get a good idea then, because we have a Google search of top 10 most influential anime pulled up. So let's see what Google says is the top 10, and then we can kind of go from there. Number 1 is Akira.
Okay, that makes sense.
Fuck
yeah.
off.
All right.
It is not the number one most influential
is.
It's
anime.
up there, bro.
It's up there. It's not
up
number
there.
one. It is not number
Okay,
one.
what's number 2? Thank you. Oh my god.
Yeah, influential,
Wow.
influential is an important term.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what's number 3? Dragon Ball.
Yeah. I mean,
I would put Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball's got to be
Yeah.
up there, or at least Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
You gotta, okay, we got to give Dragon Ball Z.
No matter
fans
how you feel about
one
Dragon
W.
Ball,
I know,
all the fan base,
I know.
it's a W for
I know,
Dragon Ball.
I'm happy to give it credit.
Yeah.
All right, number 4.
Pokemon.
The game, yes. I wouldn't necessarily say the anime.
It's hard to like boil Pokemon down to its anime because it's just like a fucking multimedia franchise that spans
Yeah, and it's kind of been
everything
stuck
now.
in like the Saturday morning cartoon loop for like the past 30 years.
it's kind of like
That's
like putting Hello Kitty on there, you know? Like, is it influential? Is it iconic?
Yes.
Yeah.
But is it something that deserves to be on
All right, well,
a list like
come on,
this? I'm not
Gundam's gotta
sure.
be on here.
All
All
right,
right, number
come
5.
number 5,
Nausicaä.
Nazca.
Wow, yeah, okay.
No.
It is my favorite Ghibli
Okay.
film, but I personally wouldn't put it on there.
This is just like, dude, this is the most generic ass safe list ever.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Go down.
All right, number 6. Gundam.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
Gundam.
okay.
Okay, there we go. There we
I think
go.
Nausicaä's above Gundam. Yeah, even I don't agree with
How
that.
much money does Gundam make a year of selling Gundam kits? It must be like
Like a stupid amount,
they're
I'd say.
half of the Japanese economy. I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure.
I think Gundam model kits make more money than the Dragon Ball franchise.
Absolutely.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised by that.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by
But
that.
one thing
whatsoever.
I find interesting is I swear I know more people that are into model kits and just have only seen like one Gundam,
Okay.
or are not even a Gundam fan.
Okay.
131.3 billion yen in sales over the
Sales.
past year.
$1 billion.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
well,
basically $1 billion.
Here's what I'm thinking, guys. I think we need to separate this into genres because I think we need like the Mount Rushmore of each genre up here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I feel like Gundam, we're calling it the mecha one, right? You know what I mean? Like, you
Okay.
gotta-
Well, the remaining ones were Sailor Moon and Evangelion.
Okay.
I understand Evangelion. I think Gundam is more influential, but I guess it's up to us what we decide.
Yeah. All
how
right.
it
All
works.
right. Guys. All right. Hear me out. Okay.
Because Dragon Ball, we've just all said the Dragon Ball's up there, right?
Okay.
I would say Dragon
Yeah,
Ball.
So
I would
that's
say, I
one
would say
slot
okay.
gone. We're already one slot down, guys.
In this particular moment, I think Dragon Ball is definitely up there. Can I say something that might be controversial?
Okay, what now, go?
Give it 20 years, or maybe even like 15 years. Do you think that more people are going to be talking and remembering the end of One Piece than Dragon Ball? Because Dragon Ball was obviously our era, but
You're assuming One Piece is going to end.
it
in the
is
next 15
That's the
years.
thing, though. That's the thing. It is going to end. One Piece will be ending within the next 10 years, I think.
That's what Oda said 10 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
But, like,
he seems like the kind of guy who won't let it quit.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's like maybe.
Okay. I feel that's a great question, but I feel the comparison is also slightly unfair because roughly, like whenever the fuck One Piece ends, like let's say in the next 5 years, if One Piece ends, right? Like 5 years from now, or already even now, compared to when Dragon Ball ended, right? Yeah. The landscape of the anime fandom internationally has just exploded, right? Like whenever Dragon Ball ended, I don't even remember when it was. But like, when that ended, especially the international anime community was not as like heavily invested or was like openly talking about anime in the same way that they are talking about it today.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel that comparison is slightly unfair. And to answer your question, more people will be talking about One Piece just because it's going to end in a period where people are fucking like, it's like Dragon Ball never got to the point where it was trending on Twitter.
No. But like, okay, so like here's like my like thinking around this, because obviously Dragon Ball, fucking global sensation, hugely influential.
Yeah.
Now we this is something that got many people into anime. But I think we're going to see something interesting when One Piece comes to an end, because it's going to be the very first globally popular franchise, because One Piece somehow is only getting more and more popular now as it's gone on. It's going to be a show that has gone on for like 20-30 years, and people will have grown up with One Piece and seen it come to its conclusion. And I think the fucking power of that when it ends is something that I can't think of another franchise that will like come close to grasping that kind of power, where you have a whole generation of anime fans now that are going to grow up, see One Piece come to its conclusion, and that's going to be the most important like kind of show that's stuck with them in their lives.
I mean, I guess like Naruto kind of got close in that sense, but
we can't decide the wonders based on what could happen.
Might be a new wonder. It might be a new wonder.
I just feel like, One Piece hasn't ended, so we can't have that conversation.
Yeah. Okay, right now, Dragon Ball fans, you have the thrones.
Also, who's to say they won't fucking like Boruto that shit? You know what I mean? They'll be like,
when's Two Piece coming out?
Luffy had a kid, and the thing is that he's made of stone instead of rubber. And it's called Rock Piece. It's called Rock. I just feel like One Piece, they'll never let it die. I feel like they're gonna do something with it. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're already like doing, like spin-off, like side character based like manga series and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean they did a whole one for Ace and like his backstory. So yeah,
fuck me.
Yeah, man. Illustrated by the guy who made Dr. Stone, which is actually really good. I would recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Even I read that.
Yeah. Okay.
So like,
all right,
they're probably going to end up doing that. But as of right now, we can't really. Yeah, that's the other thing we should figure out. Like, is currently ongoing series acceptable to be put into the Mount Rushmore?
I think if they've had a big enough impact.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think One Piece hasn't had the same impact yet as Dragon Ball.
Not yet, but I think there might be a point in the future where it does have the same impact to like a generation of anime fans as Dragon Ball.
Maybe it's getting there.
Maybe even more. Yeah.
I think it's like it's at like the same level, honestly, right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You better watch out. You better watch out, Dragon Ball fans. The One Piece fans are coming
Dragon
to
Ball
get
fans
you.
haven't had anything good in like 10 years and they still care. I haven't watched anything in 10 years, by the way. I don't know. I'm just judging that based off the fact that nobody has mentioned that anything Dragon Ball recently is good to me.
The Broly movie was good.
Oh, I've heard that. But
Okay, if we're talking in terms of movies, then do you feel like Akira deserves to be on there more than like Spirited Away?
No, I just wanted to say it so that my ass was covered when Akira fans come for this. You know what I mean? I was like, guys, I tried. I said Akira.
I personally think yes. I think Akira deserves to be on there more than Spirited Away.
Right.
Just purely because, like,
I just don't want to give him any credit.
Well, I mean, look, as much as I love Spirited Away, like, and it did win an Oscar and everything, but like, I think just like the pure impact of Akira, not just within the anime fandom, but like outside the anime fandom, was just like fucking insane. Like, there are so many people where you'd be like, you would never associate with liking anime or knowing anything about anime who are like, yeah, Akira, fucking love that.
First of all, Boss Baby was nominated for an Oscar, so I feel like using Oscars as a base. Also, Shrek won an Oscar. Which is great.
Kind of deserves.
I'm just saying, this is kind of ballpark we're working with. Boss Baby got nominated, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Oscars, I feel like that's not a good metric. But, And I'm sure more anime would have got nominated if they,
of course, yeah.
back then, if they weren't so kind of closed off to foreign
Okay,
movies
if you
much.
don't think Akira should be up there, then what? If you had to pick a movie,
Oh, yeah, okay,
what would it
okay.
be?
We agree we have to pick one movie. Was that?
Let's see what you guys feel about like if you had to pick one anime movie to be on the Mount Rushmore, which would it be? I would pick Akira.
Yeah, it'd probably be Akira. I mean, we're picking between Akira and
Pokemon, the first movie.
Goated though.
Hear me out, guys.
Actually goated though.
Actually changed the game. The one with Mewtwo where he's like, I am too strong.
Pikachu crying.
Hear me out, guys. Demon Slayer, the top grossing anime movie of all time. Hello? The metrics don't lie. Hello? Data doesn't care about your feelings, Joey.
It's called inflation, Garnt, okay? And movies are making more money because of inflation. All right? Let's just be real.
Fuck's sake.
But yeah, okay. If we're doing movies, there's only going to be one. There's only like two options. It's either going to be a Ghibli movie or Akira. And I am lukewarm on both. So I
Yeah, I
I'm
honestly have
going
no
to-
strong feelings about anime movies. I just don't care for them.
I mean,
that
my
much.
favorite anime movies are like Satoshi Kon movies, but unfortunately, that's like the more when you go more down into like the rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's like the Citizen Kane of the anime world, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like page 3 of IMDb. It's like, oh, it's some really cool movie that not a lot of people watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other genres are we missing? So we've done shonen.
Wait, so did we agree on a movie or not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Akira.
Okay. We actually agree on Akira.
We
So,
agree on
so what's
Akira.
up there now, right? We got Akira?
So we got Dragon Ball and Akira right now.
And we couldn't agree on a mecha one. If you guys really
It's
want to put
between
Evangelion,
Gundam and Ava.
if you guys really want it, I'll give it to you.
Okay, Mecha I feel is like, you know, that is like very uniquely anime, I
Yeah.
feel.
So
You know,
one
so
of them
like I
has to be
feel
up
like
there.
one of them has to be up there.
Yeah. I don't
The
know.
question is which one?
Okay. But here's in this specific kind of like
I'm gonna
scenario.
hate this list. I'm gonna actually no, I'm gonna hate this list.
In this specific scenario, I don't think Ava should be in the mecha category.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's kind
What categories are going on? The
Don't
depression category?
overcomplicate this.
It's kind of this is kind of more like, you know,
Are you saying
especially
you want both on there?
Sorry?
Are you saying you want both on?
I do want both on
We
there.
can get to the
Okay.
7 and we can start taking stuff out and putting
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
in.
I do want both on there. Like
fine.
Also, did
okay.
we agree that Astro Boy was up there? or-
no.
No, okay.
No.
So because we already have 4 on the list now. We have Gundam, Ava, Akira, and what was the fourth? Pokemon? No, I'm joking.
No.
What's the fourth one? What the fuck
Dragon
was it?
Ball.
Dragon Ball. Yeah.
So
Oh, sorry, I keep
okay,
forgetting about Dragon Ball.
everything we've listed is pretty old, even though we said we weren't going to put old anime on there.
Let's put a new one. Let's put a new one.
we have not put a new the newest one has actually been Ava. Is there a new anime you guys would put on there?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Get
Hell
the fuck out.
no.
Get the fuck
Get that
out.
mid shit out of here.
I reckon Jujutsu Kaisen
Get
is
get
gonna...
Gojo's face off of like fucking that Mount Rushmore, man.
Dude, listen, there's a reason why everyone loves it.
I mean, it's still
Except for
cooking.
Joey.
It's still cooking. It's still cooking.
It's getting there. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. New anime? Oh my god.
I'm trying to
Like
think.
within the past decade?
I
Would you
mean,
count?
maybe when Attack on Titan's finally done.
maybe
2000s?
2000s anime.
2000s
yeah.
anime?
Yeah, 2000s anime. I'm trying to think
Ooh.
now. This is when it gets hard.
Yeah.
Well, we only have 3 fucking slots left on this stupid list.
Well, we can change things around. We can change things around.
Is there any other nominations you want to bring up, Connor? Would you like to bring up JoJo?
I was thinking of hentai, but we should do it as hentai 7 wonders list another time.
That's also an idea we can do later.
Yeah.
2000s anime.
I mean, JoJo's could be up there, but it's for very different reasons than any of the other ones. I feel like JoJo has kind of been like the pinnacle of weird art style, having its own, carving its own niche, and kind of pushing a very weird side of anime forward,
Right.
and as well as the impact on the fandom, at least in the West, and also in Japan. I mean, as well.
yeah.
I mean, JoJo is just so. It's JoJo.
Yeah. Do you feel like Attack on Titan should be up there?
I think when it's done,
Yeah, it depends, because I don't know the ending yet. So it really depends
Yeah, I
on
don't know the ending
how
either.
it's going to end.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I feel like it probably. Oh my god!
I mean, if it ends within the next 5 years and they stop fucking
It'll
milking it.
end
it's
this
ending in
year.
November, Joe.
Okay, finally.
Yeah.
I think it probably does, but it's kind of hard. It feels weird putting it on. I don't know why it feels weird. Why does it feel weird putting it on?
Because one, it hasn't ended yet, and two, we don't know the true impact of Attack on Titan yet. Is it going to be something like Breaking Bad, where we still meme on it, like fucking 10 years down the line?
Probably.
And will it still have cultural significance? It's hard to tell.
It's gonna be a really fucking fun show to go back and watch all the way through again. I've been watching it seasonally.
Yeah.
For my entire life. So it's gonna be fun to be able to watch it back to back.
Just
and be
binge
like,
it? Yeah.
I can't
It
wait.
was great. When I showed Sydney Attack on Titan, because she had somehow never seen Attack on Titan, just watching it, like, binge watching it seasonally, like each season, and just seeing how the show has evolved, was just like, I forgot how fucking good it was. Especially now that the way it's being released now, you forget how hype and how much has been built up and how much the story just like interconnects together.
Sure.
And how much was foreshadowed. It was like a pleasure to watch.
It's just crazy that it came out 10 years ago. Yeah. That's what blows my mind the most.
I don't know. I feel like other anime that could be up there. I feel like Attack on Titan, maybe it just doesn't feel right to put it up there yet. I feel like it probably, if we had this conversation in 4 years, it definitely would.
Yeah.
But I feel like we can do better.
All right. Then I got a new nomination.
Okay.
Sailor Moon.
I was thinking that
gotta
if
be,
we
right?
have to put,
That's such an anime news network answer, Garnt.
Shut the fuck up, Connor.
That's such a...
I will not take this Sailor Moon slander. Thank you, Connor. That is my childhood. Fuck you.
That's just such a... Hey guys, gonna make a top 10 anime list of all time. Hey,
Revolutionized the shoujo genre. Revolutionized the magical girl genre.
Did it just make it?
It did.
Yeah, so I mean, it just made
So
the genre.
yeah, so it should be up there.
Yeah, can we fact check what the first magical girl anime is? I don't
feel
think
like
it
it's
is
such
Sailor
a-
Moon, but
It's not Sailor Moon, but
but
it
it definitely
definitely
popularized-
popularized it.
at least to the West.
I feel like
yeah.
it's just...
I mean, it's iconic. Sally the
Sally,
Witch. Okay.
1966. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's just such a bland pick.
All right,
We're gonna have
guys.
some spice in this list.
All right. Okay, hear me out, guys.
I agree with you
Hear
in
me
terms
out.
of influential.
You want some
Okay.
spice? All right, hear me out.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Sword
No,
Art
okay,
Online.
no, okay, that's...
Okay.
Sword Art Online.
I need you to close your
Okay,
mouth
so
right
look,
now.
we just- do we want to just- this is just
look.
dumb.
We are talking about influential anime,
No.
right? Anime that has influenced
God,
the industry.
If we're not putting Astro Boy on there,
Shut the
I don't
fuck
want
up,
to fucking
Joe. Shut
hear
the fuck
anything
up, Joe.
about influence, okay?
Look,
I do not
look,
want to hear that word
look.
come from your mouth.
you can't, dude, no.
Look at how many isekai anime are airing right now. How much
It's a fad,
like
Garnt. It's a fad.
You say it's a fad.
It's a
People have been saying this since Sword Art Online, and it's still yet to die. In fact, it's still fucking stronger than ever. What started it?
Yeah,
Or
because
what,
of people like you who
what-
keep watching it.
What popularized it? What popularized it? Sword Art
Oh, let's
Online.
just fucking put Goblin Slayer on the list for revolutionizing NTR for goblins and
Goblin
having
Slayer would not exist without Sword Art Online.
Let's just put
It
No
would-
Game No Life on the list as well, because
Yeah.
that inspired a bunch of stuff too. Oh yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's put Redo of a Healer for inspiring degeneracy. Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay, serious one though?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Cowboy Bebop?
No, we can't now.
No?
No.
Just thinking purely from the influence in the West. I know, like in Japan, Cowboy Bebop wasn't as big, but
I feel
it
like-
was a propagator for anime in the West in the 90s.
I agree, but I think like Death Note did more for Western anime. I think Death Note's way more popular.
I
and
think Cowboy Bebop's influence has been dying with every kind of like year that passes by. Yes, it was one of the first anime that kind of like we all saw on television.
I didn't see that shit on television. I think Death Note had more influence than Cowboy Bebop.
I agree. I think Death Note had more influence, especially in the modern anime era.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Than Cowboy Bebop. Obviously, people look at Cowboy Bebop with more like critical acclaim. But yeah, I don't know if I would put it on.
L's theme alone has more influence than
Yeah.
the entirety of Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
I'm giving this Cowboy Bebop slander. I'm sorry. it is.
One actual strong contender I want to put on, even though people might not talk about it too much nowadays. Haruhi Suzumiya. It was definitely
It did popularize the light novel.
okay. Yes, it popularized light novel adaptations, which
Which are fucking everywhere now.
Which I argue is the most popular adaptations we get in anime. There are more light novel adaptations than I think manga adaptations or
there
anime
are.
originals.
There are.
And you know, Haruhi popularized it. And if I needed to name an anime that's epitomized mid-2000s anime culture, it is fucking Haruhi.
half
It's
right.
Haruhi or Lucky Star.
You were half right, Garnt. You said mid anime, and you're right. It is for mid anime fans. I
would genuinely put Haruhi on there because it is such a time capsule of like the anime climate of its time.
Yeah, it's a time capsule. It belongs in the past. No one talks about it nowadays.
I mean,
Okay, to be fair,
Tell me the last time you had a serious conversation.
yeah,
about
as
Haruhi.
much I kind of agree with Connor. Like, as much as I fucking love Haruhi and like that climate of the mid 2000s anime world, like it is a hard show to sell to someone today.
Yeah.
Same thing with Lucky Star. Fucking love Lucky Star, but I would not recommend it to people today.
Hear me out.
Nah, Lucky Star's more dated than Harry.
Hear me out for changing the cosplay game. Danganronpa. Hear me out. For single-handedly making sure cosplay is always the same.
Sure.
No, I don't. The very midist anime adaptation.
Yeah.
I remember when Junko cosplayers were like everywhere.
Oh,
Do you
they
mean
still-
now?
They still are. All right. Yandere Simulator. Check it out.
Are we putting fucking Mirai Nikki on there?
No, my
Hell
God.
If we are, we have to put Elfen Lead on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 4. We need to pick one to go on. We're going to add something to this list.
Okay, I still think we should put Sailor Moon on there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like
Sailor
you
Moon.
say, oh, it's a boring choice, but hey, it revolutionized so many genres. It popularized anime in the
we
West,
have
especially
literally-
for a female audience.
We've literally made an Anime News Network list so far. I'm just saying, are we cool with that? I'm just saying, like,
You know what? Maybe they're right.
Yeah.
For once in their lives, maybe they're right. You ever thought about that?
well,
Come on, we
don't
have
dare
to
give
put
them credit.
one at least like post
we gotta put a
2000.
spicy one on here. Come on.
I'm saying Haruhi or Sword Art Online.
No, I'm not putting we are not
I
putting
have
those on
made
the
my
list.
case.
Me and Joey-
pretty
If- okay,
clearly.
if we have
all right,
to-
make a better case and name me one that deserves to be on there more than either of the ones I.
Death Note. Entirely Death Note belongs on like more than like pop culture impact alone. Death Note crushes them both.
Not in Japan.
Not to mention Willem Dafoe, who, might I remind you, has notoriously a large penis, who also are the people who like Death
What the
Note.
fuck are you talking?
That's true, by the way. That is a true fact. Google it. I don't look at pictures; they don't exist. I tried. In Japan, what do you mean? In Japan too. There's no Haruhi Suzumiya musical. There's a Death Note musical. I
Yeah,
rest my
that's
case.
a
I
good
actually
thing.
think there
I
is a
rest my
Haruhi
case.
Suzumiya musical.
Not anymore. Death Note's still got a musical. You can watch it in London.
Yeah, I know.
There is Willem Dafoe's penis was so large that after the filming of the 2009 psychological thriller Antichrist, the director had to cut the scene with Dafoe's actual penis and reshoot it with a body doll because it was so large that everyone in the room was confused. It is my favorite fact that he has an extremely
Thank you,
large
r/slash
penis.
damn, that's interesting.
would
anyway,
you
sorry.
would you say that Death Note deserves to be on there more than Fullmetal Alchemist?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that Death Note, memes aside now, is more influential, more spoken about still to this day than a lot of these shows. And also, I think it was a banger of a show.
I think what
Giving us a ton of memes
I
as
think
well.
what Death Note did as well that was really influential was that it kind of made, I guess, like the whole thriller
It
slash
made anime cool.
It made the whole thriller slash
It
horror.
did not make
No,
anime cool.
It really didn't.
It did not
It made
make
anime
anime cool.
Death Note finally gave us an anime that allowed you to recommend anime to people.
Yeah, it made the darker side of anime more accessible.
Yeah,
you know,
and
to
it
people.
did go-
It made you more likely to get fucking bullied for having a fucking Death Note.
I'm sorry, I didn't say buy a Death Note. I said just fucking watch it. Dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, but we all know everyone who watched that shit in the mid 2000s was like, I'm gonna get one myself, and then take it to a convention.
your name in my Death Note, and it was like, okay, we found a new
Listen,
I'm gonna
bully
take it to
subject.
this signing and make the famous
I
person
just
write
think
it.
you're actually clowning if you think the Death Note had less impact than Haruhi Suzumiya. I'm just
Okay, it's because I think Death Note definitely had, was more popular in terms of
more-
like the
more
widely.
popular, more
I think
impact.
Haruhi was just more influential in terms of like the shaping the kind of landscape of anime.
we already have so many of these kind of picks on our list. Let's mix it up a little bit. If we, this
What do
is
you mean
not,
mix it up a little bit?
We're not picking. Let's not pick the most influential. Let's pick like some
That's
exciting.
the whole point of this list,
No,
Connor.
because otherwise we would just pick Astro Boy, and Astro Boy isn't on this
Well,
list.
that's why I said we should
Yeah,
put
well, I'm
Astro
saying that we're
Boy
trying to
on
pick like the 7 wonders, and we're marking all stuff. Influential is one of the points I think we
Yeah,
should be
yeah. Influential
considering.
is one of
but
the
it
points.
shouldn't be the only thing we're considering.
Yeah.
And I think that it should be something that like it's an anime that you kind of have to experience and watch or to like be considered an anime fan. I think Death Note is one of those animes.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
then,
the
in
case.
that,
Rite of
in that
passage.
definition, why is Fullmetal Alchemist not on there?
Because Garnt hasn't watched it, and Garnt has a whole career talking about anime.
Shit, you got me. You got me there.
This is this man's job to watch anime, and he hasn't watched Fullmetal Alchemist, and he's doing fine. So I mean,
That's true.
And like Fullmetal Alchemist, I think almost it's kind of like it's such a weird way to describe it. I feel like we needed a constant number one, and we've just all agreed that it's good enough to be number one. But I think a lot of people wouldn't actually say it's their favorite.
No.
But I think we like having these constants in our lives, and I think everyone gets a little bit of comfort from being like, yes, Fullmetal Alchemist it's
the safe choice.
Is a very respectable choice that we all agree, and we all keep, for some reason, keeping it at number one.
Yeah.
Because we feel like the story is very concise, it's very well told, and very enjoyable.
Okay, it's
like a measurement of unit. We're like, we have the meter somewhere locked away in France.
Okay, if we're going by that logic, then what would you say, other than Death Note or Fullmetal, what would you say is like another anime that you would be like, okay, if you want to get into anime, this is the one that you have to watch?
That's a great question.
I mean,
because then we can use that as a metric to figure out, like, okay, which one of them should be.
I'd say Attack on Titan. That's like,
Attack on Titan would be
that's my go-to blind anime recommendation. If I know nothing about the person's taste.
This is because unfortunately anime has this issue where if people don't watch anime, they have preconceived notions of what animation is and it's for children and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
So the reason why often Death Note, Attack on Titan get recommended is because they're a lot more serious, a lot darker, and it's a great way of kind of showing someone, one, a great show, but also two, showing them, hey, this whole genre has a vast variety of different topics, and some of it is childish. But there are a lot of really mature shows and stories being told. On the level of stuff like, I know it's like a fucking meme at this point to say Breaking Bad, but like storytelling that like is, I think, like at the same kind of maturity.
No, I agree. I agree
think
with
Attack on
that.
Titan does that.
So then, do we agree in that case then that Attack on Titan should be up there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to put it up there, but it did just feel a little like too soon. But I mean, if we have nothing,
if we're going something like this, I want to like restate my stance on One Piece. Then I think. Oh, that's brilliant!
Epic.
Jesse's balding in that one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, One Piece seems to be the anime that. It's kind of like the anime that everyone needs to be at least have like some kind of opinion on now, It's everyone needs to be up to date, or you need an opinion on like
what. I feel like if we're gonna do that, we should get rid of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's fallen off.
Ooh, Dragon Ball maybe is falling off.
I'll agree to put it on if we get rid of Dragon Ball.
Well, I mean, I'll do it just to spite Dragon Ball fans,
Okay, so we're replacing Dragon Ball with One Piece.
I'm happy to do that because I don't like Dragon Ball, and I've been very vocal about that.
Okay.
I think Dragon Ball is iconic for many reasons. Mainly because of the fucking spiky hair and that outline, motherfucker. Everyone knows Goku.
Yeah. Actually, I can't do it. I can't do it.
You can't do it?
I mean, it's less of Dragon Ball and it's more just like the idea of Dragon Ball. The idea, like
it's too iconic.
Yeah, it's too iconic, and
we just can't put them both on the list. I feel because they occupy the same space.
Yeah. I think our judgment of Dragon Ball has purely been clouded by the fan base that's attached to it. Because if you separate the show from the fan base, the show is fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
and highly influential, and it's great fun, really easy to get into.
Man, the comments of this on this episode are gonna be nuclear.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Okay. I had something and I forgot it now. Fuck. All right. This episode is sponsored by ShipStation.
The holiday season is just around the corner, and if you own any kind of e-commerce business, like I do, for example,
look at this guy. Of course, he owns an e-commerce business.
Then you would know the rush is absolutely real. But you can prepare your e-commerce business for the holiday rush now, just by using ShipStation. Yes. Whether you're shipping from your house or your warehouse, ShipStation can help increase your profitability. You can save time automating your shipping and returns in the ShipStation dashboard, and keep costs down with industry-leading carrier discounts while your holiday orders roll in.
With ShipStation, there's a free trial and a quick setup to help you get going. As a business owner, Joey's time is valuable. He needs to sell some carpets right now. Can you see that?
I'm a CEO, goddammit.
With ShipStation, it's so easy to use, he can save all the time he needs.
You can also easily automate shipping tasks and manage orders in one simple dashboard. And not just that, you can manage orders, print labels, compare rates, optimize every shipment, and automate delivery notifications. It can pretty much do everything. ShipStation's robust automations and reporting make scaling easy, and and as your business grows, you can save thousands on shipping costs.
Plus, you get industry-leading discounted rates from USPS, UPS, DHL, and Global Post. Get discounts up to 84% off
84%?
USPS and UPS rates.
So start up your business for the holiday season success with ShipStation. Go to ShipStation.com and use code TRASH today to sign up for a free 60-day trial. I'll say that again. That's ShipStation.com, code TRASH.
Back to the episode.
All right, hear me out. We've played it safe in some of the genres, all right?
Okay.
Not domestic girlfriend or rental girlfriend.
A big fucking...
If you say Orimo, I'm going to kill you.
A big fucking part of the anime culture is the fucking degenerates, right? It is a massive... It is a massive...
Ecchi shows?
Yeah, ecchi shows.
Okay.
Degenerates.
Which ecchi show?
High School DxD? Is that what you want to say?
I think maybe High School
Fuck
DxD.
off. I'm not even
See, I would have said High School of the Dead.
Yeah, I would have said
High School of the Dead.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I don't know if it's just me or my generation that remembers like High School of the Dead, but definitely up there. If I were to like think of what show started like the rabbit hole down like the
High School of the
path,
Dead
it was
awoke an entire generation of anime watchers. It was just like, oh,
yeah.
shit.
And there were two moments in particular that stand out to me. The two canon events in my life. One was watching High School of the Dead, and the second was the toothbrush scene in Nissan Monogatari.
Oh my god.
That to me, it started
I feel
a
like
different
this needs to be
timeline.
the horny list instead.
Yeah.
Like, rather than the horny
I could do a whole Mount Rushmore on ecchi anime.
But I'm saying it's a big part of the anime community.
It
and
is.
God forbid, Anime News Network are not going to put these fucking shows on their
Hey,
list.
if we're going to put Monogatari series on there, I ain't complaining.
I don't think Monogatari deserves to be on there. It's too niche.
So Jerry was like,
I tried.
Jerry had the in there. And he went
I tried,
for it.
guys. I
Yeah.
tried.
But I would be happy to put it would be an honor to put High School of the
High
Dead
School
on
of the
there.
Dead, I think, yeah. Because if we're talking especially like mid-2000s anime, like that was a show that A, everyone watched, B, everyone was like, I think pleasantly surprised watching as well, because I think a lot of people, again, went into High School of the Dead thinking, oh, it's a zombie anime. And then they were like, why is my dick hard? So, I think just like subverting expectations and then also just being the show that's so almost memed to the point where like you couldn't not be like, at the time, go up to someone and be like, have you watched High School of the Dead?
It's the
You
show-
kind of have to watch it.
It's a show that not many people like bring up often, but
Yeah.
whenever you do, everyone only has positive things to say
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Even though it's one where you're just like, oh, I definitely don't want my mom to see this. But as soon as you bring it up, they're like, yo, that was fucking lit, man.
Yeah.
It was fucking
Totally.
great.
So if we want to be different, because that's what you want, right?
Connor, you have
Well, no, we
thoughts?
should have some. No, I just, yeah, I mean, High School DxD is. I think
High School
that's-
DxD is also up there.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
like,
High School of the Dead. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think they both have D's in them. Double D's.
and they both have high school in them.
Double D's. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a valid argument. I think we can do better though.
Do better.
Love Hina.
I mean, it was influential.
The OG King of Harems, man.
It was influential.
The OG King of Harems.
Yeah.
What can I say? Like,
No.
might not have aged well. At least the anime hasn't. But it's
The manga's aged well, though.
the manga has aged well.
I'm trying to think. I'm surprised you didn't say Gintama, Jerry. I thought you were right, but I guess it's not.
Gintama, okay,
it's like a weird one.
yeah. As much as I love Gintama and it's like always ranked highly on my anime list, it's just it's a
niche.
difficult anime to get people into. I feel because I feel Gintama is an anime for anime fans. You know what I
I
mean?
watched 4 episodes and I had a hard time kind of getting into it.
Yeah, it's very like you either don't get it at all or you are absolutely in love with it. You know, there's no in the middle.
All right.
Influential, I think, Kaiji, because it made a generation of gambling addicts, and that certainly influenced their lives because it made gambling really cool
All right. I
and
can't.
deadly.
Don't you mean Kakegurui?
No, no. Kaiji is the better gambling anime, and everyone knows it. And anyone who says Kakegurui
come
is
on.
fucking wrong.
Kakegurui was highly influential. It was so influential.
Dude, people are still cosplaying Yumeko.
Yeah.
Because it's easy. Because you can buy it on Amazon for $10.
You look up like TikTok cosplay videos, and it's like filled with Yumeko to
yeah,
this
it's
day.
all Yumeko.
Because it's
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah.
Because you can get a red school outfit that fits in a black wig. It's too easy to do.
Yeah.
That show is capital B for boring, dude. It's
yeah, I didn't really
Kaiji
like it.
is like what the men watch when they want to gamble.
But Kaiji is one of those shows.
It's not going to be on there, by the way.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring it
But
up.
yeah, but that's the thing.
Kaiji
Like,
is the better anime.
Kaiji is definitely the better anime, but
just
it's one of
so
those
good.
shows where it's like only the people who actually watched it rate it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it's fucking ugly, and for some reason they only released it in 720p.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the weirdest fact. No other anime did this, but for some reason Kaiji was like 720p will do.
Yeah.
Why?
I think one that in that vein, then I think one that almost gets like overshadowed by shows like Kaiji or Kakiguri is like Death Parade.
That is. I mean, that's
not
great, but
overshadowed.
that's.
But every person I know who has seen that is like rates it super highly.
That's what I call like.
Hidden gem.
No, yeah, kind of hidden gem, but it's never someone's favorite show.
Everyone
It's
loves it.
always just like someone's like
Right.
10th favorite show. You
Right,
know, it's
right.
not. It's never the first one that pops into someone's mind. So okay, I can't believe I'm about to say this. K-On!
No.
I can't. I cannot believe I'm about to
doing
say this.
He said it.
but
He said it.
Moe, cute girls doing cute things.
That
is
was
a
also
massive-
2000s as fuck.
That is, you know, a massive part of anime culture.
If it wasn't for K-On, Bocce the Rock wouldn't be here.
It's probably
Look.
to say Fate.
Fate doesn't deserve to be on there. As well, you know, which Fate do I put down, guys? I have to pick one.
The entire
All
series-
seven of them.
The entire series of bankrupting half of Japan's young generation.
Look. Without K-On, we wouldn't have people having the worst fucking takes on Twitter using a fucking cute anime girl profile.
Also-
okay?
also the-
K-On started that.
Also, the mid 2000s Mobob movement was all started from K-On, and that was like everywhere before the Isekai thing came in. So,
Wait, what's on our list again? We haven't put anything on in a while.
Dragon Ball, Akira, Gundam, Ava,
and Attack on Titan.
and Attack on Titan and Sailor Moon.
So we're already at 6.
We're already at 6.
So we're fucked.
And Death Note.
And
Apparently.
Death Note.
I think Death Note should be on there. I just think that it's goated.
Okay, so I just remembered like Ghost in the Shell was also massively fucking
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell
influential
was
as well.
good.
Yeah.
That's true.
But then the movie was kind of meh.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Maybe if
Whereas the
Scarlet
Death Note movie was fantastic with the one with Willem Dafoe.
what the fuck are you talking
It was a
about?
great
mate?
movie. I'm just a
So-
Willem Dafoe simp. I mean, he's so great.
All right. Is there any other shows you guys would like to bring up, or shall we try and start finalizing this list?
It's a terrible
what
list.
about in the sports genre?
It's pretty much gonna be only slam dunk in terms of influential, and that's mostly the manga.
Yeah.
There are influential like sports anime like Haikyuu. Hajime no Ippo is a fan favorite, but I don't think that's as influential. But I don't think a sports anime can stand on the same caliber as some of the other shows.
Yeah.
Kuroko no Basket Gone.
No.
I'm fucking with you. Free Gone? Have you heard of it?
Goated.
Yuri on Ice,
Yuri
right,
on
Joey?
Ice.
Yeah, my
Right,
favorite
right.
sports
Influential,
anime.
Joey.
So good.
Yeah, your favorite
Love
sports
it.
anime. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. It kind of feels like the 7th one will be like just like one of the presidents you don't know on Mount Rushmore. You're like, who's he again?
yeah.
Well, okay. We got to think like, what other genre are we missing? So we have like, we obviously have our shonen, we have our
Do we have
mecha,
romance? Is there an influential romance anime?
influential romance.
No.
I don't.
No.
I don't think there is.
Clanad.
I mean, I love it, but it's not.
Yeah.
No.
Code Geass? No.
Code Geass is also
It's kind of the mecha genres. Isn't
yeah,
it?
it's kind of the mecha genre,
And it's also kind of, Code Geass for me is also kind of in the same place as like Death Parade, where it's like people will rate it, but it's never like the number one
Yeah,
for most
I
people.
feel like-
except Charlie.
yeah. I don't.
Beastars for furries.
I mean, goated, but I wouldn't put it
I still
up there.
think JoJo could go on there, probably, but it's kind of tough because the anime has had a lackluster previous season.
Yeah. Like. Yeah, I can't. Are there any other anime genres that we're missing that you can think of, Nabi?
You did mention sport.
Yeah, we did mention sport. I'm trying to think if there's anything
romance.
else obvious.
Rom-coms is
Rom-coms, that's like kind of like there's no good comedy anime that deserves to be up there. I don't count Gintama. Get that shit away from me.
Ito's anime, most recent one was amazing.
Horror anime, that's not going to be up there. So yeah, I think we have our nominations.
Okay, so let's start finalizing it. So I think we can all agree Akira,
Yes.
Attack on
I'm
Titan.
fine with the list so far. I think it's a little safe, but yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so far we have Akira, Gundam,
yeah.
Evangelion,
Yeah.
Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
what else is there? Death Note, and Attack on Titan.
We can swap out Death Note for something else if you want. I'm fine too.
I do think because this is
Sword Art Online's not going on the list, Garnt. There's nothing you can say to.
No way,
I'd
no.
rather put a Cell World on the list than Sword Art Online.
I mean, I think out of everything, the one that I feel most strongly about is actually Haruhi. Like,
I'm not putting Harry on the list.
I would put Haruhi
I'm
on
not
there.
putting him on the
Yeah,
list.
2v1, 2v1,
2v1.
No, it's
2v1.
not.
I would
No.
put Haruhi on
Haruhi.
there.
Yeah,
Is that considered like slice of life or psychological? Or
yeah. I mean,
considered
Evangelion's the
fucking
psychological
tragic.
one. Slice of life. I think.
Slice of Life is Haruhi season 2.
There's no way that you guys think Harry belongs on there more than Death Note. No way.
I think in terms of influence,
No, it's not just
it-
influence. We're considering everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
considering everything, like I think Haruhi brought on a bigger movement than Death Note did.
I think
on
Haruhi-
on a grander scale.
I think
No.
if we consider everything, Haruhi had a bigger impact on anime. Because yes, I think
No.
Death Note had more fans, but I think Haruhi was as popular as Death Note back in the day, at least when they
I think
were
in
airing.
Japan, I think Haruhi was more
Yeah,
popular than
and
Death
I think
Note.
the
No
thing
way.
that gives
Yeah.
Haruhi the edge is just how it has popularized the way a whole different medium that's getting adapted. Into
For better, whether you like that change or not, it was the catalyst for it. So.
Yeah.
I'm on the record. I don't agree with this. I do not agree with this.
Yes, we did it, Haruhi.
We did it, Haruhi fans. We got the dub.
I think Death Note is much more influential, but hey,
Yeah.
I want to see the Google Trends. Could we put Haruhi Suzumiya versus Death Note on Google Trends? I just want an instant gratification. There's no
All right,
way. There's
all right.
no
Obviously,
way.
Death Note's going to be higher.
Why-
because it's
why?
more normal.
It's more normal.
Yeah.
It's more for the normies.
More reach.
It's
you
more
could say.
normie.
More influential.
It's more normie.
Some might say. Hey, we don't know. The Google Trends might come in favor.
No,
of
it's
you.
more
Yeah.
normie.
I guess the audience can decide this then. I can't wait for.
Haruhi is not an
How-
anime for non-anime fans.
That is true. That is
But
true.
Death Note
I
is.
think it's why it's limited. I think Death Note appeals to the masses and
No,
it's
but I
more
think,
for anime
in
than Haruhi
terms
Suzumiya.
of the general like change and movement that are brought to the anime fandom and the way that anime is like created and marketed, I think Haruhi had more of an influence than Death Note did.
Haruhi was a
Disagree.
canon event for the anime industry.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Something Death Note wasn't.
Death Note, I
crazy.
think, was only. I think Death Note was like propagated purely because of all the other shows that it came out alongside of, especially during Shonen Jump, because that
Also-
came out during a golden period of Shonen Jump.
Also, I just feel like Kyoto Animation deserves a place on the list.
I agree. I agree.
Like Kyoto Animation, one of the most goated anime studios of all time,
Yeah.
and I think they deserve a place on their list. And they
Which
have
would you
that-
prefer, Haruhi or fucking K-On?
Neither. I would rather make it a Six Wonders list.
Actually, there are only 6 wonders in anime.
What, sorry?
Am I comparing it to?
Death Note to Haruhi Suzumiya, or just you put Haruhi. Just Haruhi.
yeah.
Should come up.
Just Haruhi. Well, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah,
It's pretty
I
interesting.
can't
to
wait
see.
for the comments.
Yeah.
Probably Death Note got shafted by fucking Haruhi.
Death Note's the unsaid 8th wonder of the anime world.
I rest my case.
Yeah, clearly. That's not even like that's not even shocking.
It's United Kingdom. Could you do worldwide for the past as far as it goes back? And then just
Yeah, I mean, if we're
2004 to present.
if we're doing fucking Google Trends, let's just name off the most popular anime. You know, I'm sure.
Oh, let's see. There we go. See, Death Note constantly more popular. Never been a point in time.
I mean, we're not talking about purely popularity, unless in that case we would have
Popularity
been
is
just.
indicative of influence. Often.
It is, but that means we should put basically like Naruto up there. Naruto.
I'd rather put Naruto than Haruhi Suzumiya.
I wouldn't.
You know, I'm pretty sure like it'll
You
be
said
just
you
like
didn't want
Naruto,
to make it a
Bleach.
safe list. And
Yeah,
you're,
yeah.
picking, you're literally picking all the normie shows.
If it means
Aha! Haruhi was more popular than Death Note at one point. Look
Yeah,
at that.
for 1 month.
Look at that! At one point, the data doesn't lie. July 2006, literally when Haruhi came out.
Haruhi fans, we did
Let's
it.
go, Haruhi
We did
fans!
And
We
then
did
Death
it.
Note was like, all right, you've had your time. Look at that, beautiful. Wait, when did the Death Note anime come out? Actually, that's a great.
2007.
Oh,
Yeah.
so wait, whilst it was like the manga was happening, it was
Yeah,
I guess,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Death Note was Shonen Jump, and pretty much any Shonen Jump show or manga is
Yeah, you
going
can
to
you
get-
can literally replace Death Note with any Shonen Jump show from this period, and it'll probably be the same.
This episode is sponsored by Mint Mobile. Sending your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped on a roller coaster from hell. Sure, it looked fun at first, but they probably threw in a free phone, but now you can't get off month after month of insane bills and unexpected thrills like overage and surprise fees. If that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get off that ride with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month.
Honestly, when we went to America this year, there were so many wireless plans. And out of everything I saw, Mint Mobile had the best deals, which is why I actually went with Mint Mobile before we even got signed with them.
Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless plans for just $15 a month. Say bye-bye to your big wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan, and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. Ditch big wireless with Mint Mobile's limited time deal and get premium wireless service for just $15 a month.
$15 a month. That's all it takes. Damn.
So to get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/trash. That's mintmobile.com/trash. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/trash. Back to the episode.
Speaking of Seven Wonders, though, and kind of like, you know, things on your bucket list, we've done a lot in life right now. We've
Have we?
you know, we've traveled to a lot of places.
Sure.
Do you have anything on your anti-bucket list?
The fuck's an anti-bucket
Something that you've done once and you're like, I'm good never doing that again.
Going to France. Specifically Paris. I've done it once.
Actually,
I'm good.
I agree with that.
I think we all agree with Paris.
Yeah,
I think
we're
everyone in the world
specifically-
agrees with
Yeah, let me
Paris.
rephrase that.
specifically
Let me rephrase
Paris.
that. And, yeah,
Specifically
going
Paris.
to Paris specifically.
Yeah, not all
I
of
do want to
France.
go to France,
Not all of
but
France.
just not
France is
Paris.
fucking
Yeah, the rest
beautiful.
of France is actually great.
Yeah,
the
I
rest of
want to. I
France
want to
is-
experience
I
the
just
rest
love
of
climbing on
France.
the French. It's,
Yeah.
British,
Yeah.
it's a British
How does
pastime.
it feel to be like? I want to
French.
any French people. How does it feel to be French? How does it feel to be for any French people watching to be French and knowing that Paris has overtaken how like the rest of at least Europe views you guys?
Well, I think like even non-Parisian French people can agree that like, yeah, Paris kind of fucking sucks. You know?
All right, anti-bucket list. Honestly, fucking Kyoto. Dude,
Kyoto?
it is a miserable experience to go into Kyoto.
Yeah.
It
I
is-
mean, especially now that, you know, the world's back to normal.
Kyoto is what, like when people come to Japan, like I want to go see it. I'm like, yeah, you should see
Yeah.
it at least once,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
never again. It is such a miserable time to go like shoulder to shoulder with people.
Yeah.
while you're like climbing up these stairs. It's all sweaty. It's so loud. It's just
way too touristy now, right?
So overpacked to the point where it's not fun.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with Kyoto is that even though it's supposed to be this very like old part of Japan, traditional part of Japan, where you get to really like, you know, immerse yourself in the history of the country, the fact that it is also at the same time the most touristy spot in the world is just like that disparity just like kind of takes the magic out of it for me.
Yeah.
You know, like again, yeah, like I'm sure if it's the first time coming to Japan, Kyoto, go for it. You know, but once you're there, once you're done, I think you're good.
I don't know. I feel like
Have you been back to Kyoto since tourists came back
I
to
don't
Japan?
want to.
Well,
It is. That's
There you
Once
why.
you go,
I-
you'll understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen the pictures. I see the crowds, even in places outside of Kyoto, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm good. Especially
Yeah,
now.
I've been 3 times since, and the outskirts of Kyoto are still amazing and lovely and really good. But my God, the city center is, and the tourist areas are miserable.
Yeah,
experience.
definitely.
Something for me. I don't know why this popped up. Skateboarding. I think I tried it once.
What do you
when
I thought this was
you
going-
know
I thought
when.
this was a list about going places.
No, not going for it's a bucket list, you know.
Just things you want to do.
Things you've tried once and you're like, I'm never trying that again.
When did you skateboard?
You know when skateboarding like it was when like fucking Tony Hawk's became a thing,
Like early 2000s,
and like
yeah.
everyone in school like tried skateboarding and that craze became a thing.
skateboard.
And some people, you know, stuck with it. And I remember trying it once. I tried to do an ollie, and I was just like, my body is just not built for skateboarding, man. You know, sometimes some people just have like a skater energy. You know, some people are just like built for this type of things. I am like the opposite of that, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did skateboarding for a little bit when I was young. And like I could do like ollies and like, you know, I tried to do a
You
kick.
definitely have skater energy.
do-
Yeah, bro. Yes, I could fucking see
Yes,
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like I wasn't like great at it. I think I like landed a kickflip once in my life after eating shit 30 times. But like now that I am approaching 30, I know my body is just like, you don't
Yeah, I
have
feel
to
like
do
it's
this
just you
anymore.
getting older, Garnt.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
I don't want to skateboard because everything will break in my body.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true as well.
Yeah.
But you know, I still want to do more snowboarding and
True,
shit
yeah,
like
you
that.
did eat a lot of shit.
That
when you were doing
was very, very fun.
Yeah.
You know, I do want to do more winter sports because I feel like I didn't grow up with it.
Anti-bucket list.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What else is there? Because I usually don't really do things unless I feel like
Yeah.
I'm going to want to do it again.
I
you know?
feel like you had an answer in mind, Garnt, right? Because you brought this question up. Was there something on your mind that you thought was really funny?
I don't know. I think I can't remember just because I think I saw like a random thread about this and I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. I've never heard of the term anti-bucket list before.
I think it's they probably just coined it. I think it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
it's not a real phrase.
Yeah, would you do bungee jumping again? Is that something you
100%,
do?
yeah, that was fun.
That was fun?
Yeah, I love there was a sensation when I was bungee jumping where for like 1 second it kind of felt like, what if I just jumped off a cliff? And you got to have that sensation for like 1 second of just complete just falling.
Yeah.
And it was really cool, really trippy.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
would
my
not
God,
wanna
do
do
you
that.
fall faster than you think you would?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You fall so fast.
Gravity is
yeah.
a thing.
One
But
thing.
seeing it like POV you're falling. It's
POV, you're about to die.
It's really
Yeah.
different from watching someone else do it and you see them fall and you're like, yeah, obviously that makes sense how fast they're falling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it and you jump at the bungee jump, you're like, oh my God, like this is
You
like,
just feel like a rock.
you just immediately plummet and it's such a weird feeling, the like kind of your body weight just falling.
Yeah.
But it's so fun. And then when you sling up, it's really fun. I really enjoy
Yeah,
it.
I had this moment where I thought I had like grown out of, let's say, thrill rides and roller coasters and stuff like that. And then like I think me and Sydney just went on a date like a few months ago to Tokyo Dome, which kind of has like a little like theme park area, and we were fucking bored, and we were like, yeah, let's go on the fucking pirate ship, you know the fucking pirate
Yeah,
ship,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and we were just like, let's go on it and just like be kids again or whatever, and we started off just like kind of like taking the piss sarcastically to be like, whoa, we're on a pirate ship, and then when it gets fucking high, I had forgotten the feeling of like getting butterflies, going on a roller coaster, and we both came off with like the biggest fucking pure smile on our faces. It was like
fun.
one of the I'd forgotten how much I had like missed roller coasters, and then we went on like the Tokyo Dome roller coaster as well, which I think like has one of the biggest drops in Japan for a roller coaster, and it's like. It kept like I'd forgotten the feeling of just what it almost felt like free falling and just kept going and going and going, and I'm like, damn, I miss going to theme
You should
parks,
go to
man.
Fuji-Q. Fuji-Q's great.
I want to go to Fuji-Q now.
Can't relate, man.
Yeah.
Never got
Have
into
you just
that.
when did have you just never been to roller coasters? Into roller coasters?
Never. I think the problem was I went on a roller coaster. I went on like a roller coaster in Disney Sea when I was like really young.
Right.
And that just like scarred me for life.
Yeah.
I think like I just don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. It's weird. Like it's not that I'm not like a thrill seeker or anything. It's just it's very like circumstantial as to what kind of thrills I like.
Yeah.
And just roller coasters just don't really do it for me. I don't know.
Oh,
It's not even that like I'm scared of them. It's just like it's not fun.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's something on my anti-bucket list. Going to theme parks that I guess, are actual theme parks and not like thrill.
Like Disneyland?
It's like Disneyland.
Yeah.
You know?
I prefer thrill parks. Way
Thrill
more.
parks are like so much better. I just don't understand.
I just don't like
this-
theme parks.
I just
I think that's what it
I
is.
don't understand the appeal of going to a theme park just for like, you know,
Taking pictures and shit?
Taking pictures and
Well,
stuff.
people
You know,
just love the immersion and getting kind of like lost in it, and for some people it's very magical.
Yeah.
But we're bitter old men, so I think
I
it's-
think
I'd rather
just-
just go to the movies,
I
bro.
think I'm just too British for that. You know?
I am too British, dude. I just can't. When someone's in like a full costume, like I think we said this on another thing. Like I just can't take myself out.
I feel
of the
sorry for the
situation.
guy. I just want to go up to the guy.
But the thing is, they're probably having like the time of their life sometimes. Like some of these Disney actors absolutely fucking love it, and
Yeah.
I'm happy for them. But for me, I just can't put myself out.
Although I
of the
say
reality.
that, but I had so much fucking fun in Nintendo Land that like.
Nintendo's Land it was cool, but I just wish there was kind of more stuff to
Yeah.
do.
Well, that's
It was kind
why
of visually cool to look at.
That's why I'm excited because they're making that new Donkey Kong
yeah,
area
that's
now,
cool.
right? So I'm gonna go back when that happens. But
Honestly,
I think it's
they
yeah.
should just open up a full park and not
Oh,
have
totally.
It would crush.
I mean, the Ghibli Park's opening up as well, and you know that's somewhere I want to go. I think that's what it is. It's like it's not that
It's gonna
I
be great.
don't like.
They're gonna have a ride where Hayao Miyazaki is disappointed in you.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
scorns you. It's gonna be really fun.
All right, so this is a half troll answer.
Okay, go on then.
League of Legends.
What about it?
Okay.
You don't want to do it anymore.
Okay, well, obviously I've tried it once. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's okay. Obviously, haha, League fans and League players. But I just think back to how much time I put into learning a game like League. You know, learning the mechanics, and you know, you think about the barrier of entry of about how much time I have to put in to learn this game, the characters, mechanics, just to be competent at it. I cannot see myself doing that ever again for like any other game.
Yeah.
Just because I don't have.
I kind of wish I could go back and get into League again. It
Yeah.
was so fun when I got into it. It
Yeah.
was such a exciting thing, and it had such a cool premise. It was just really fun.
Yeah, because I think back and I think like I could have. There was only one point in time I could have got into League, and it was the time that I did get into League. Because I'll never have that much time again when I was just in fucking university, had so much spare time, and I could just grind out games and just like really learn the game. Because now I just have this thing whenever I try a game, because I'm not like a fucking streamer, so I try a new hot game, and by the time I get to try it out, everyone's already fucking cracked at the game, and I
Yeah.
fucking suck.
Yeah, that
you
does
know?
happen a lot.
Yeah, and
Just get good, Garnt.
good.
You were bronze for a reason.
Actually, I was gold. Actually, I was gold. I was
Bronze
gold.
light, Garnt. That's what we call it. It's
This
the same
means
shit.
this means absolutely nothing to me.
Have you ever gotten put like so many hours into a video game that you got cracked at it, Joey? Or was it always single player
It
games
was
for
the
you?
best game you ever think you like. You're the game you're best at.
Yeah.
Like multiplayer, like online multiplayer.
I guess
right?
so.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like in high school. My friend really got me into Starcraft. Like I played while everyone else around me was playing League. Like me and my friends were playing Starcraft. I got pretty good at
Did you
it.
get a rank in it, or
I don't even remember, but because it was like a very condensed short amount of time. Like there was a period I think for maybe like 3 or 4 months where I was playing Starcraft like every fucking day after school.
Yeah.
And then so maybe I got some rank up to that point, but it was such a short period of time and it's a condensed period of time that I just genuinely don't remember it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Man, I lost
And
so many
yeah,
days.
that's probably my anti-bucket list too. Playing Starcraft because never again, probably never again.
You do. Oh, I can't imagine you getting into StarCraft.
Nah,
Actually,
I was
You're
into
like-
it, and then at one point I think I just hit a wall.
Yeah,
where I'm just
you're like the most anti-gamer. You
No,
know, you're just like
I just don't like playing
I
against
just
other
want to
people.
chill and play Kirby. you
Yeah,
know?
no, totally.
It's like I just can't play casual. Like when there's an option of casual or ranked, I'm like, what's the point of playing casual?
Because I want to relax to
doesn't
play
mean
video
anything.
games. I don't want to. It's not a fucking workout.
No,
for
I
me.
know, but I think we've had this conversation before. Like,
Yeah.
for me, it's not relaxing to play casual. I'm like, there's no stakes, there's no kind of challenge.
Yeah.
It doesn't help me
I
relax.
don't want stakes.
Is there any sports you guys did before that you have like
Don't wanna
found
do
fucking
again?
yeah
Rugby.
rugby?
You like
Yeah.
rugby? I actually liked rugby. It's football I hated. I hated doing football.
Oh, like soccer.
No,
okay,
no,
it's football.
Joey, you're in England. You're in England, Joey.
It's fucking soccer, innit?
Get
But
the
I
fuck
think that's
out.
because I was always the goalie, and
For some reason, that checks out.
I
That
was
fucking checks out.
I was the only kid that didn't mind just eating shit, and that is literally the goalie's job. Is
Yeah.
just eat shit constantly.
That's why it's so perfect for you. I don't know
Oh my
why.
god! I was like trying to imagine. I cannot imagine Connor playing football, and as soon as you mentioned goalie, I was like, yeah, actually,
That makes sense.
Checks out.
That
Checks
makes
out.
sense.
Because like I was always just like I was always pretty athletic, but they were like, all right, we need someone who doesn't mind jumping. They're putting their face first into someone's feet, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. I loved it, and then they also because it was the UK, so it was always rainy and muddy.
Yeah.
So you always got the most dirty. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Before every football match, Connor was like, so is this ranked or are we playing
Yeah,
casual?
so I was super invested, but then I happened to join when I was they needed a goalie, and I think I was the only one who liked doing goalie, and so I was like, yeah, I'll be a goalie, and my dad was really happy that I was playing in a football team. He was like, oh my god,
That's my boy.
he's such a British man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happened to be the one year where our team was cracked. Like they were all very, very good footballers, and so I would play football. We were in these games, and I would just be there for like 40 minutes doing nothing, just standing in the cold. I wouldn't even be warm because I'm just waiting for them to. The ball never came to our side of the pitch,
Right.
And I'm like, man, this sucks.
You got the easiest job ever.
Yeah.
It was the easiest job ever, and then I remember one time because I was just zoned out because the ball never came. That the ball just came by and I just completely ignored it. It went in because I was just standing there because I just didn't. I was thinking about what like when I was going to play video games later. I was like, oh yeah, and then I heard like Connor, and I heard like doof, ball like thudded in front of me and it went in, and I just wasn't paying attention. I got so much shit for it, an unbelievable amount of shit.
Damn.
And I was like, oh. Yeah, I forgot I have to do this job sometimes.
Yeah.
You literally just went NPC mode.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah,
like,
pretty much.
You
yeah.
went AFK, bro.
Yeah, I was so bad at kicking it as well. So I would always give it to someone else to kick because
Yeah.
I couldn't kick the ball. I was just, I was so bad.
Yeah.
I would just jump at it.
yeah.
Did you have a sport you played?
Basketball. I think I briefly mentioned this, but I was on
Yeah.
the basketball team in school by complete accident, just because they
Nice.
needed someone tall, and I just happened to be tall. And
Would you do it again?
Yeah, I think I enjoyed basketball.
Yeah.
I'd be a goalie again. I think it'd be fun. If I got
If
to,
we
like-
have something to do,
yeah, if I
right?
actually had to save the ball, it'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was never really that good at football. The sport I actually really enjoyed was hockey. I don't know why.
As in ice hockey or hockey?
No, just like field hockey.
Field hockey.
We have Canadians watching this. You can't say hockey. They get really offended if you refer to that as hockey.
Well, they can have their fucking ice hockey.
God means field hockey.
No, I mean
Obviously, ice
hockey.
hockey is just hockey guys, right? Right, my fellow hockey enjoyers.
I mean fucking hockey, guys. You know, the sport in the Olympics, guys. Come on,
We
guys.
had neither in Australia, so
Yeah, you had AFL, right?
yeah, we had AFL. I play AFL again. The
You-
AFL was a
you
lot
said
of fun.
you don't like rugby.
Yeah, but AFL was, I don't know, AFL was better, in my opinion. Because I think I got hurt less in AFL. Like, AFL was more tough because there was way more running and, like, kicking involved, whereas rugby was just, like, if you were a little skinny Asian boy like I was, then you would be sent to the
Just
wing.
dodge. Just dodge.
You would be, no, it was always for me, after, during school, if we were doing, like, a rugby game together in the schoolyard, it would be like, all right, Joey, you're the skinniest and the fastest, so you're going to be at the wing. And I was just like, okay. And the problem was that it would always come over to the wing, and then there'd
Oh,
just
were you
be
a winger
these
too?
dudes who were just like 3 times my size who were like, I'm going to fucking destroy you.
Yeah, but there's no better feeling than sprinting into someone and like juking them.
Oh, dude, whenever I pull off like a devil bat ghost, I'm just like, just like, let's go.
It was such a rewarding feeling. That's
It
when
was,
I knew I
yeah.
wanted to be toxic on League of Legends. I was like, man, if only I could turn around and talk shit to this guy after I went past him.
Well, the few times I did get hurt and did get tackled, I was
were
just
like,
like, yeah, never again. I'm good.
It's a humbling. Do you remember the first time you, as a kid, that you realized you could get hurt? 'Cause as a kid, I was pretty like fearless, and then I remember I had one injury that really scared me, and I was like, oh, it really hurts when you fall or get hurt.
No, I think I had that. I had the opposite mentality of like I was such a pussy where I was just like I don't want to do anything that potentially gets me hurt, and I think that's why avoided getting seriously injured as a
Yeah,
child.
but surely there must have been a point where that taught you pain, right?
Yeah, because as a kid, you're pretty like
yeah,
stupid.
when my sister would beat me up, maybe, but like
That's when you realize.
that's when I realized, like, you know,
Oh my
brother
God.
and sister, like, you know, just fucking bantering, and then it would start a fight, and then someone would throw a hand, and then obviously the other one would fight back, and my sister was just like, no holds barred, I'm
Okay,
gonna fuck
actually,
you up.
I gotta ask because
Wait, isn't your sister younger than you?
Yeah,
She beat you up?
yeah.
What the fuck?
She totally beat me up. She drew blood a couple of times on me. Yeah, it's fucked up.
She's so chill. What happened?
She let out all the frustrations on
Yeah,
this
she
guy.
got it out on young Joe.
that's why she became the chillest.
Yeah,
girl
exactly.
Of all time.
Exactly.
Okay, I got to ask because you know I never got this experience as like an only child. But it seems like every time I talk to someone who had siblings, there just was like a moment in your life where you went from like beating the shit out of each other to just like I kind of just like realizing one day, actually they're kind of fucking cool.
No, you always think that, and it's like when you're at home, when you're around people all that time, you just get angry. But it's like if
Yeah.
I was fighting my brother and someone else tried to like punch him, we'd
Yeah.
both turn.
It's not like I think in your head you're thinking like, oh, during
hate each other.
childhood you
Yeah.
hate each other,
Yeah.
and then as adults you're cool. No, it was literally every other day it would change.
Yeah.
It was like one morning you would wake up and being like, God, my sibling is an absolute cunt, and then the next day you'd be like, nah, they're the best.
Which is why it's like really cool in a way that like because I guess living with like 3 other people your age must be such a different human experience to having
Yeah,
no
I feel
brothers.
Connor had a very different experience to me.
Yeah,
'Cause
Connor, you had 3 brothers.
You were
Yeah.
all 3 brothers, and there was a lot more of you guys, right?
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
I only had a sister, so
Well,
it was-
because I mean, I had to learn to share things, and I hated that. I hated having to
Right.
share.
Yeah.
It was like I saved up for an Xbox,
Yeah.
and suddenly they wanna play on it, and I only get 2 hours of my Xbox. That doesn't feel fair.
Did you get?
But I had to.
Did you get hand-me-downs?
Yeah, of course. Hand-me-downs are a thing as well.
Right.
Which is probably why I had terrible fashion sense my entire life. Because I was just used to wearing what I was given.
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
kept
yeah.
that mentality going into adulthood. And then you become a YouTuber, and then people send you merch. You're like, oh, all right, cool. I guess I'll just wear this.
the cycle continues.
Yeah, it just never ended. I was getting some hand-me-downs, just in different formats. Yeah, I mean, it's such a bizarre thing to think that I had that experience and Josh Garnt, you didn't, and I'm like, I couldn't imagine.
Did you?
not
Did
being
you?
around
Did you
people.
have what? What was the point where you kind of like start treating each other equally
Nicely?
with respect? I
when you leave.
was like thinking about how to
It's
word
when
this.
you leave.
When you leave?
Yeah, when you leave.
Yeah, it's when both of you leave your parents' house.
Or if one of you leaves and you come back, you're like, man, I actually kind of miss you having you around.
Totally.
Yeah, like now that I don't see my brothers all the time, I'm like, man, I wish I got to see them more.
Yeah.
No, totally.
You never know what you don't have, what you have until you don't have it.
But it's nice, right? 'Cause
Absolutely.
if you think about it, it's like having like another you who's
Yeah.
experienced everything you've experienced, but slightly different.
Yeah.
And they're like really cool. Because like I've really got a really good relationship with my parents, but it's like it's cool that I have someone who's like similar age as well, who's has the exact same kind of experience.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a really weird way.
Did you ever have a point where you're like, I fucking hate this cunt? You know, I was like,
Oh, totally.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
Totally.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think it's more often than not, you know, especially while you're growing up and you're still trying to, like, you haven't even
learn a lot of
figured
lessons,
you haven't even figured yourself out at that point, let alone
Yeah.
trying to understand someone else as well, like, especially one who was living with you, you know, every day. Like, that was tough. And like, we'd constantly get into fights, but then, you know, we would always have this thing where it's like, doesn't matter how bad the fight was, the next day we were always chill about it. Like, we'd wake up and it was like it's nothing happened. Like, we at least
did you have that moment that your parents had to make you like make up
like
with each
100
other?
times.
Oh yeah. Like my
okay.
dad was like, "I will beat you up if you don't get back together with your sister." Like, it's like make like just fucking be
That
good.
sounds bad out of context.
Yeah.
I will beat you up if you don't get back with your sister.
I should have phrased that.
God's like, damn, this sounds good.
Typical Alabama family.
Yeah, no.
my
Like,
God.
I think the good thing was that my family was never a family that would like hold grudges or
Yeah.
anything. So like, no matter how bad the fight was, or no matter how bad the quarrels might have been, like the next day it was always like, no, let's just like, you know, we're still a family at the end of the day. Let's just leave that behind us and, you know,
Yeah.
have a good day
Yeah,
too.
because it's always been weird for me as like hearing about sibling kind of like, you know, life. Because I think the closest thing I have is my cousins. I think that's the reason I'm so fucking close to most of my cousins, because a lot of my cousins are only children like me. But like we have like, I guess, a similar bond without going through all the fighting that I hear that siblings go through. And I think that's just because when we see each other, you know, there was only like a few times that we would able, you know, actually when we were kids, we hung out quite a lot, but we didn't have to see each other every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine how I can't imagine how that is.
Yeah, so just imagine like, you know, like just think of like your I don't know if you have a favorite cousin, but like think of your favorite cousin and just imagine like living with them every day for the first 20 years of your life.
Yeah.
Right? That's basically what it's like.
Well, the
You know.
sibling dynamics kind of like accurate? Is it like the youngest one gets like the most spoiled and the most attention, or
Normally.
is it the
Yeah,
oldest one?
no, I think it depends on the parents. I don't know.
As the older sibling, was it like, did your parents look at you to like look after your sister?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Normally the oldest has the most responsibility. That's pretty
Yeah,
normal.
totally.
Just 'cause
Right.
it's like, hey, can you take care of them?
But I
please?
think in my case it was a bit different, because I think if we had to compare like who got spoiled more, it might have been my sister, just because like she was the daughter of the family, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like
Oh, Sydney definitely got the fucking most out of
right. Yeah, it's always it's most of the time it's the daughter that gets spoiled by the dad, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then the son, aka me, would be like, all right, I'm gonna whip you into fucking shape. No holds barred.
Yeah, you're the one doing the discipline.
I'm gonna make you a man.
How did that work out?
Dad, I think you failed.
So, not exactly an anti-bucket list, but when did you guys start to realize I just don't want to do fucking shots again?
I was just thinking that I was like, shots like a camera? I was like, oh,
Like,
alcohol. That is actually when you mature as a human being.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the peak maturing point when
That
you look at a
might
shot
have
and go, no.
happened like, I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember the exact moment when I thought shots means I'm going to have a good night versus shots mean I'm going to have a fucking terrible
in
night.
case anyone is confused for whatever reason, can't talk about alcoholic shots.
Yeah.
I think maybe when I was like, definitely early 20s for me was when it stopped.
Yeah.
Like 23, 24.
I think when I moved to Japan,
Yeah.
when I moved to Japan, I was like, yeah, I think I just don't want to do shots anymore. Ever. Like, there's no occasion. And now I pretty much do everything in my power to avoid it.
Yeah.
And even sometimes, like, if I'm given a shot and there's like a can of something else nearby that's near empty, I'll be like, oh, thanks, guys.
That's
Do the
why.
shot, and I'll be like,
Okay, that's why I don't like drinking with Americans, because so many of them, it doesn't matter how old they are, they're just like, let's do fucking tequila shots, and I'm just like,
my
no,
God.
I do not.
Every
Oh,
single
first of all,
time.
hold on. Is that your American impression?
Yeah,
What the fuck is that?
that's a Valley Girl impression.
Who are you having drinks with, Joey?
Fucking Maylene. Every time I'm drinking with Maylene, she's like, Joey, I think you should do a tequila shot. And I'm
Actually
just
valid.
like, fuck off, Maylene. I don't even like tequila.
No one likes tequila.
Except Maylene.
Americans do. Like
Americans do.
tequila. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because I remember. Yeah, did you ever, you know, in Australia, did you have Ring of Fire at all? Was that it? Was that a game?
call it something else. They call it
we
something.
called it something else though.
Right.
Fuck, what do we call it? I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, so Ring of Fire is, I think, like a staple of like every, at least British uni, where you have like a pint in the middle, which is called the dirty pint, and then you have a bunch of cards around that pint, and you pick up a different card and different cards.
Yeah, I think we
normally,
spoke about this in an episode once.
I don't think we had, not at least not like Ring of Fire. Because I remember like the one experience that I was like, I'm never playing Ring of Fire again was for some reason this was like fucking at midnight, so we already had a few drinks, and we thought, oh, fucking dirty pint, that's too boring, you know, alcohol, that's too boring, let's spice things up, and we started putting some fucking like shit like hot sauce and like washing up liquid in there.
Washing up liquid?
That's
poisonous.
Were you guys doing the Tide Pod challenge before the Tide Pod challenge?
Basically, yeah, this was fucking.
Did somebody drink washing up liquid?
Yeah, I did. I lost. And
How are you alive?
sorry.
Yeah, that could like kill you. That's like bleach.
Yeah, I was a fucking dumbass kid. Yeah, I was a fucking dumbass kid. I was 18 years old.
Presumably, you threw it up instantly.
Yeah, I did throw it up instantly.
Yeah,
Why
shit.
would you risk your life with that? This is why people, when they're like, man, I don't drink.
Off
I'm like,
camera too?
Yeah, yes, off
At
camera.
least do it for the clout, you know?
This was
What
before
clout- what clout
TikTok
would you
clout.
get?
Do it for the TikTok likes at least.
what likes the Darwin Awards?
At least do it on TikTok, you know?
This is why when people are like, man, I don't want to drink. I'm like, yeah. Look what you're missing out on. Washing
Yeah.
up liquid.
Yeah.
This is intelligent. Congrats,
Yeah.
you're smart. Wow.
Yeah, and I just think about some of the fucking stupid shit I did back in the day, and now, yeah, hopefully we're more mature, right? Hopefully.
I haven't seen you drink washing up liquid, so I feel like you're more mature slightly.
Yeah, luckily I survived that to never do that
I think
again.
what's the dumbest thing you've done during a drinking session? Yours is washing up liquid.
Yeah, that
What's
was
yours?
that was probably
Well, we
the
used to do
dumbest
that
thing.
too, and we used to have a rule where you could put anything in the cabinets in it.
Oh shit!
So people would put stuff like cooking oil,
Oh,
which you could ingest, but you couldn't keep it down.
That's like a tear down from
I'm
washing
sorry,
up
it's not
liquid.
poisonous, Garnt. It's the
man.
average American diet.
LA Beast drank like 3 liters of that shit, and he was
Yeah,
alright.
exactly. He drank a liter of
Yeah.
olive oil.
By the way, when I say washing up liquid, it was only like a few drops, which
That's
still
still-
is not
two
great.
dro- well,
Still
two
is
drops
not
too many.
great.
That's
But I
like-
don't
that's
want people to think they just want.
that's putting like a Tide Pod on the corner of the glass and being like, wow, look at the garnish.
I think the dumbest thing I did was, it involves tequila. Another reason why I hate tequila. But a normal tequila shot, for those of you who don't know,
Yeah.
is you'd pour the salt, on your hand, somewhere on your hand, right? And then you'd have a lemon in the other hand, and you'd lick the salt, you'd do the shot, and then you eat the lemon, right? That's the standard tequila shot. We did this thing called what is called a kamikaze shot, which is essentially the same thing. It's the salt and the lemon and the tequila shot, but what you do is you snort the salt, you take the shot, and then you pour the lemon in your eye.
What's the point of that?
Just seeing someone else do it that's not you is fucking hilarious.
Sniffing salt.
Yeah.
That is also
sounds
very
stupid.
dangerous.
It's
as well.
also very dangerous, but it's really funny when you're not the one doing it.
Oh my fucking god!
Why does every drinking thing just sound so fucking stupid?
Because it is.
And if you count Chewies as being stupid, then I've done plenty of those.
Yeah,
Never
that's,
again though.
That's an Aussie thing.
Chewy is just unhygienic. It's not like
Yeah.
It's just
dangerous.
gross.
Yeah, it's just gross.
It's just gross.
Because, every time I talk to someone from Australia or England or Europe, everyone has that one drink, right? It's the first drink you learned that you drank too much of, and then you threw up, and then it's like a core memory now. You know what I mean? It's like every time you smell that drink, you're like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it.
That's rum for me.
Is that rum?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
shit.
sucks because it's like I actually like a lot of rum drinks,
Yeah.
but the moment I smell any kind of rum, I'm just like I'm reminded of those
It's just
traumatic
any
experiences.
spirits for me. I just can't drink them.
Yeah.
For me, it's Sambuca. I remember this was I think a New Year's Eve party with my cousins.
Sambuca's so gross.
Yeah, I mean it is gross.
So nasty.
And I remember at the time I thought it was like pretty nice tasting because I was like, oh, so it's like a sweet shot. It's nothing like a vodka shot or a whiskey shot. It's actually got a bit of flavor to it.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's what
Kid Garnt was huffing copium.
Yeah, he was. I mean, let's say it was a step up from washing up liquid. Okay, you know.
I think anything is a step
Yeah,
up
yeah.
from washing liquid.
Oh, it cleans my bowels.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it works.
And I think it works. Okay, I'm getting this core memory back because I think it traumatized me over two things. Okay, because apparently what I didn't actually throw up because I tried because all of our parents were in like the other room and it was just like us cousins like getting like shit-faced drunk.
Yeah.
So I tried my best to basically like sober up, right? So what I did was there was no food in the cupboard except for a few loaves of Hovis bread. And I just
start
sat
eating
there
it.
for about 3 hours, just like nibbling on this bread. Finished one loaf, I started another loaf of bread. And I went through 2 loaves of bread the entire
That's an
night.
impressive amount of bread to go through.
And then it was only after I finished the second where I was like, I can't hold it in anymore.
Is this why you don't like bread?
I'm thinking maybe. I'm like, shit, I completely forgot this happened, but maybe this experience just traumatized me on every single type of bread as
Wow,
well.
if you ingest washing up liquid, you can get multi-organ failure following a large ingestion.
Good.
Wow.
But it would cause you nausea and vomiting,
Yeah.
which you most certainly would vomit.
Really?
Yeah.
God damn. Why,
Well-
what is with kids being dumb?
Yeah.
That's why I grew out of that phase very quickly, I think, because...
I mean, the moment you're
Yeah.
like throwing up and having a horrible time, I think is when you kind of realize, you're like, is this fun? This is not fun. I don't think fitting in is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever been like blackout drunk?
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's only happened to me once, and that like terrified me enough to like never want to like do it again.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a learning experience.
That's another reason
Listen,
why
I mean,
I don't
you know,
drink tequila anymore.
Alcohol is in moderation can be great and a fun time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think again, anytime I meet someone like I don't drink, I'm like, you're so smart. You are,
yeah.
I'm
you are
like,
just a smart human
actually,
being.
respect.
Yeah.
Even more respect to people who have decided to stop drinking. Which
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a few of as well.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I'm definitely drinking less as I'm getting older. That's for sure. Like, so I feel like eventually I'm going to get to that point where I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm good.
I think it's smart. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you drink, especially if you're raised in the kind of like the British Australian culture, you'll have gone, where you're kind of encouraged to get smashed.
Yeah.
Especially in university. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I have like a tiny little scar because I blacked out one time and I don't remember what happened. Woke up with like a. I think I told the story on the podcast. No,
I don't think so.
so I went. We had this game. I swear I've told this story. We had this game where you'd have like 4 cups like this, like 4, like if you imagine like orange juice glasses, like this, you'd line them up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then if you can imagine, there'd be a little gap in the middle, right? So you'd all take it in turns flicking coins in, which now is also just a dirty thought to think that we were putting coins in our drinks. So you'd have to flick coins in. They'd all have a shot of vodka each in them, and you'd be 4 of you sitting on each side of the table.
Yeah.
And so you'd flick a coin in, and if you got it in one, and then Joey, you also didn't get it in, you would have to drink it.
With
But
the coins inside of it?
well, you wouldn't drink the coin. You'd kind of drink it and then get the coin out. You know what I mean?
but that's
I know. It's
It's
I know.
gross, yeah.
You're a fucking university.
Yeah, of
idiot.
course.
And I these are people who I just moved in with, and I really wanted to be accepted by them. So I was like, yeah, it's easy. So what ended up happening was that if you get it in another glass as well, the next person, if they don't get it in one, has to do 2
Oh, shit.
shots, and it can keep going.
Yeah.
But there's another thing where if you get it in between all of them, you have to do all of them.
Oh.
Like a little gap.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if someone doesn't then get, and so I had that, and I had to drink all 4 of them, all these shots, which were very generous shots
Yeah.
of vodka, and I was like, oh god, okay. Then I lost again in the middle, and so I ended up doing like 10 shots. It's 4, but they were definitely big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous amounts of shots back to back, and then everyone was like, yeah, let's go up to the club now, and then I just do not remember, but apparently I went. And then I woke up the next day. I was like, fuck, my head hurts. And I woke up and there's just blood on my wall and blood all over my room.
What?
Blood all over my bed. And then I look in the mirror and my eyes completely swollen over.
Yeah.
And so I must have just fucking face planted at some point.
Yeah.
On the ground and hit concrete. Cut open my above my head there.
Jeez.
Very lucky that it was just like there I hit, not my eye.
Yeah.
And then I got tiny little scar now. You can't see it. But yeah, so that was the first time, and hopefully the last.
Yeah. I think I had like a similar instance in university. There's nothing more terrifying
Peer
than
pressure is a very powerful thing.
It is. And
Don't-
it
don't
is a
succumb
very
to it.
powerful thing, which we can say now as adults, fucking overrated. You guys are better than that.
Yeah.
To me, there's nothing more terrifying than opening my eyes and just not recognizing my immediate surrounding.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Like even if I sleep over at a friend's place, I miss my bed too much.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I always dread the feeling of like waking up and I'm just like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
You know?
No matter how drunk I am, I'm using 100% of my remaining brain power to be like, I'm going to make it back to this bed. Like, no matter what. Like, I could be like just incoherent. Like, you
Yeah.
can't even like understand what I'm saying. But in my head, I'm just like, bed now. Get there.
I've had moments in my life where I have barely been, conscious
Yeah.
drunk, that kind of like fucking stupid ass drunk, and somehow there is one part of my brain that is like a fucking messenger pigeon. Like it has like built-in GPS to like be able to walk me home no matter where I am, and I'm just like, how the fuck can I do this?
Yeah.
You know.
It's not my story, but my favorite blackout story is from one of my friends in Japan. He was out drinking in like Shibuya or Shinjuku or somewhere, like a few years ago, and like just got absolutely like destroyed. Like he was like so drunk, but he was drinking kind of close to where he was living, right, in this apartment. So he's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna have a problem like walking home. Like I know where I am, but the problem was that because it's an apartment, you know, all the doors look the same, right? So what he thought was his own house that he walked into turned out to be the exact same like room number, but on the floor below.
Oh shit.
And at the time he thought, it was like, oh, it's really weird that this door is just like open. Like, did I just like forget to unlock this door? Because it's like no key was involved. Like he just opened the door, right?
Oh.
And he only found out that he was in the wrong apartment because he woke up and, you know, like just on the floor of this apartment that he thought was his, and he just looked over, and basically where you're sitting right now, Garnt, there was just like a pig. Because apparently the neighbor downstairs in secret was owning this pet pig.
That's some fucking hangover
Yeah.
shit, man.
Why would he not lock his door if he has an illegal pig in there?
Yeah, and then apparently, like, he just looked over, he saw this pig, and he was like, oh god, I'm in the wrong apartment. And then right on cue, the owner of that apartment came out of his bedroom, and he was like, the fuck are you doing?
Well, good thing he wasn't in America.
Oh my god, imagine.
I had a friend one time who told me about he got really drunk and when he was walking home, and like I guess he just fell asleep walking home.
Yeah.
And apparently he woke up and he was in a building and they were housing like refugees in the building, and the refugees had saw him on the ground and were like brought him in and like shared their like floor space with him.
Holy shit.
And he was like, what the fuck? Woke up and and apparently he added them on Facebook, and they like keep in touch sometimes still because they were super chill about it and were like very helpful.
That's so funny.
But that must have been a bizarre experience.
You just woke up and you're surrounded by refugees like trying to help you.
Yeah, you're like, what the heck?
Where am I?
God, that's a fucking wild story, man.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I'm sure he could tell the story much better. He told me that in full detail, but that was the only part I really remember. It sounded like fucking insane. It was like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fucking, you know, I'm glad we're not that stupid anymore. Hopefully.
Well,
right, guys?
that's part of being an adult. You know, you get older, you get smarter, you don't do that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
And,
You realize it's not worth it. you know?
Yeah.
Well, it's just you realize it's not that fun. You also just, like, fun is so relative, and for some reason people think that's cool and fun to do, and you're like, actually, it's kind of fucking boring and lame.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I realized that hangovers actually affected me for like more than one day was when I like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
The multi-day hangover.
The multi-day hangover. Could you? When was the last time you guys stayed up all night?
What do you mean stay up all night?
Stayed up all night, 24 hour.
24
hours.
And ages.
Yeah.
Even the thing I couldn't do at our show.
Do you remember back in the day when it was like you just got really into a video game and it was really easy?
Oh, totally. When I discovered Terraria, so many nights.
I would never just stay up 24 hours. I would always go to bed at some point, even if it was like 1 hour.
Really?
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. Yeah.
Oh, I did it so many times when I was in uni.
It would get to 6 and I was like, well, I should get at least 2 hours in.
Sometimes you just need like one more league game, and it's just like one more league game. I want to end on a win, and then you're like fucking 7 wins.
And then you end on a win, and then you're like, actually, I gotta keep playing until I lose.
yeah. Exactly. No, I mean like I can still like stay up all night. It's really weird because there's something in my brain that just allows me to like stay up as late as I want, but as soon as I go to bed, like it. I pay like the tax, you know. That's why I'm always like the last one up, but you will never see me the next day because I am like unfunctional.
I think that's my problem, is that like now I've done it enough times and I know the limits of my own body and mind where
I'm fully respectable of my body now.
if I think to myself, okay, it's like already 3 in the morning, which is already past my bedtime.
Yeah.
I could just stay up. Like I physically would be able to do it, but at what cost?
Yeah.
You know? And when I think about that, I'm like, the cost is not worth it. I'd rather just go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like sleeping too much.
So we talked about our,
Sleep's so fucking good.
Yeah.
yeah. So we talked about our anti-bucket list. Is there anything on your actual bucket list? Would you? Okay. Here's the thing. We've talked about the 7 wonders. Do you think you'd actually want to go to the 7 wonders?
No.
The
I
only
don't go
one I
down.
want to go to is Machu Picchu.
Why do you have an obsession with Machu Picchu?
I just
You
think-
always bring it up.
Okay,
You
for
brought up-
one.
you brought up Machu Picchu at least 3 times. On this
Okay, for one, a number of things. For one, I fucking love hiking, right? So
Okay,
it'd just
okay.
be dope as fuck to go hiking in the
Fair,
mountains
valid,
of Peru.
valid.
Yeah.
2, it's like the only real reason I would want to like visit South America.
Wow.
Like,
Whole South America, man.
no offense to South America, but
That sounds like offense to South America.
no offense to South America, but it's like I don't have like the biggest like interest in a lot of like South America.
You're just gonna
Just
take that?
personally,
You're
maybe
gonna
I just
take
don't know about it. I don't know. But the one thing that I think would just be really cool to do is to like go to Machu Picchu, and also like I know a lot of friends who've been to Machu Picchu, and they say like just Peru in general is just like a really dope country to like just go and like explore. Obviously dangerous, but
My
worth it.
favorite thing to do is whenever I mention I want to go to a South American country, I'll be like, oh, I want to check out Mexico, and everyone from Mexico will come out of the woodwork in my like live stream chat, and they'll be like, don't, do not, you will die.
Also,
too dangerous.
Connor, look at you. You are not allowed in South America.
also, I'm pretty sure Mexico is North America.
oh yeah, sorry, I mentioned that. Or if I mention like Brazil, sorry, I was gonna say Brazil. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like if I mention Brazil, everyone from Brazil is like, no.
That's the other problem is that like whenever I bring up like a South American country that I would hear from someone who'd be like, oh, it's like for example like
Can't
a friend.
just refer to as Mexico as North.
Yeah,
South
for
America.
example, like a friend of mine like worked in Colombia for like 3 months earlier this year, and he said it was really fucking dope. And I was like, okay, cool, that would be really if you said it was cool, then I would be interested in it. I saw the photos and everything; it looks really cool.
Yeah.
But then when I hit up my friend who is Brazilian who lives in Japan, they were just like, yeah, don't. It's not worth it. So I'm like, which
sad.
one is it? I want to go, but
Well,
you guys are telling me not to go.
It's like that thing when you live in a place, you're always dogging on it because you're like,
Yeah.
there's always
Yeah.
better stuff elsewhere.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
don't appreciate the good stuff about being there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Would you guys want to go to? Would you want to go to South
I
America?
like the idea of going to South America, but every time, like, I've had similar experiences. So,
Yeah.
anyone living in South America, do you have any recommendations
Yeah.
on where actually you'd recommend?
Yeah, what's a
to
country
go?
you would actually recommend? That's what
or
I
just
wanna
a
know.
place.
Or a place.
Where's a place you recommend?
They're
to
gonna
go?
say Machu Picchu.
That's not much, man. That'll be sad if like the top things to do in South America, Machu Picchu or nothing else.
Nothing
Yeah.
else.
They're gonna clown on me and say Mexico now because I fucking refer to Mexico as South America. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
What about like a Caribbean country?
I would like to go to a Caribbean
I
country.
would like to go to Caribbean. I want to
Yeah.
go to Jamaica.
That would be a lot of fun.
It just seems fun.
Yeah.
Jamaica?
Yeah.
The Caribbean seems awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caribbean countries would be dope.
I mean, I also want to go to like less beachy places as well because I feel like I've been to like Thailand enough times, and I'm not going to compare Thailand to
Like
every-
inland countries, you mean?
Yeah, I really want to see
See
the
the
northern.
all landlocked countries.
Yeah, landlocked
No,
countries.
I want to like maybe
Kazakhstan?
want to go like
Mongolia.
Mongolia.
all valid.
I want to go to like
Hey,
more,
after that Mongolian bread, I want to go to Mongolia.
God.
We haven't said that on the podcast episode.
I don't know if it was bread. I just
Whatever it was.
There was this clip that fucking Joey. I don't know. No, there's a clip I found on Reddit that was like apparently it was titled like Mongolian traditional dish being prepared, and it just looked like a guy smacking an ass cheek, and there was just air coming out of the ass cheek. I don't.
I want to go to
I
Mongolia.
don't know what the fuck
just
it
for
was,
that.
but it had me giggling because it just looked ridiculous. It looked absurd.
Yeah, I want to see the Northern Lights before.
Yeah, I wanna do that.
I've never seen the Northern Lights. Yeah, I mean, I'm Southeast Asian, so when we went on holidays, we would
You're Southeast
avoid
Asian?
cold countries like the fucking plague. We're like,
yeah.
we are not built for this climate. We do not survive here. And now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
Is it because you guys didn't have like the winter clothes?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it you just like you're like this is not worth investing in a whole set of clothes?
Do you know how expensive winter jackets are? Jesus Christ, you think I
winter
can
jacket is
afford that
necessary.
shit?
Yeah, they're
Yo,
expensive.
everything I bought was like you got hand-me-downs. I got like everything I bought was secondhand from the fucking car boot sale. That was my fashion.
You get a decent winter jacket from a car boot sale. Probably better than the Primark. I don't even know if they sell winter jackets.
Yeah.
No, Primark does not sell winter jackets.
Wouldn't last long. It wouldn't last long.
There's like winter jackets, and then there's like for British winters, and then there's winter jackets for if you're actually going to go skiing or to an actual fucking country with a real winter.
Skiing's a bit different because like skiing, you need some like
that's specialized gear.
because you need like shit that can roll in the snow, can get like a bunch of wind chill because you're going fast. Like that's different. I mean, if you go to a cold place, it won't feel as cold as when you're skiing because just what you're doing. It's just very different. Because I've gone to cold places before and not needed the winter jacket because it's like, you'll fucking manage.
I think what I want to do now that I've done quite a bit of traveling and I want to definitely do more traveling is like I just want to go to countries or places that are kind of unconventional to go to in terms of like tourism, or like like a country where like you would never hear of anyone actually going to places like that.
Why do you want to do that?
I don't know, just because I know so little about it, and I know barely any anecdotes of people going to those places, and I just want to figure out for myself, really. Also maybe not North Korea, but
yeah, you can go to North Korea.
I'm good. I'll stick to South Korea. I'll stick to South Korea. Well, like for example, like I want to, like I've always said, like I've always wanted to like go to Antarctica. Or like Greenland, or like
nothing to do in Antarctica.
Well, I don't know. But
I can tell you right now.
You don't know,
I can tell you, I do know. There is nothing.
There's one thing you can do in Antarctica, and it's called survive, Joey.
I want to do that though, because how many people do you know other than Mr. Beast that has been to Antarctica? Like I don't know.
I feel like the problem is at that point when you go to Antarctica, like how Mr. Beast did it. Everything you're doing is. A guy who is an expert at this is like toddlering you.
Right.
Yeah.
He is doing everything for you. At that point, it's like you're not really getting that experience. And it's like when people like climb Everest. It's like, yeah, because the fucking Sherpa is carrying your ass.
Right.
You'd never be able to do this alone.
Yeah.
It's like, are you really that sense of accomplishment? It's like, did you really do it? Or did the fucking Sherpa who's the goat who's fucking save your ass did this for you? Yeah, you definitely did some of it. And I think it's still valid that you fucking climb this mountain or whatever. But it's like, I think when you say like I want to go to Antarctica, I'm like, man, that doesn't make any sense to me. To like, because you're not doing anything. Some guy's taking care of you.
Yeah, but I just I'm one of those
it's
people
cool
that
to say.
I'm one of those people that really values just having that experience. Like whether it is like something that was like purely as because of my actions and my actions alone. It's just the fact that it's just a cool story you can tell. Like Madagascar is another one where I'm just like, I just want to fucking go just to see what.
Cool.
Like.
I think that'd be cool.
Or like
you see Prince Julian.
Yeah, I can see. I want to know if the animals are still there. Is the zebra still there? I want to find out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is definitely privileged to say, but I just like comfort. Unfortunately,
listen, if I cannot shit comfortably, that's a big takeaway. For me.
Like I know some people, going to third world countries just to appreciate all of the things that they have. I do appreciate that, and I'm going to continue appreciating that.
But I appreciate it.
You could, Scott, if I said this, I would get castrated by our audience.
Okay,
I
because
appreciate it, but only through YouTube videos.
Here's the thing. The reason I appreciate it is because I haven't exactly been to a third world country, but I've been in the countryside of Thailand, which is like second world country, right?
Yeah.
It's not exactly, third world, but I have stayed at some of my family's places deep in the countryside of Thailand where there's fucking nothing to do. There you shit in a hole. There is no flushable toilets or anything like that, and I'm like, yeah, I like comfort. I do, guys. I do. I very much appreciate the comforts that I have, and I'm going to continue appreciating that I am luckily privileged.
I do like my comforts.
I don't look for a lot of things. I just want a nice bed. I've slept on a hard floor for like when being a monk. I've done the fucking monk life. It's fucking great. It's spiritual. You can learn a lot of things. I like having a bed, guys.
I mean, realistically, I mean, same. But like, realistically, I also don't think I could just like, you know, go to a third world country just like immediately like that without. I think it would be a lot easier in my case personally if like I kind of went step by step. You know, like obviously, you know, first world and then like, you know, experience a bunch of second world countries and like the way that they live and the way that they like, you know, spend their lives, and then, you know, and then progressively go down to a third world. Like, I don't think I could just like fucking go to a third.
You said talking about like it's like a hot side of the pool. It's like I gotta dip my toes.
Yeah.
And then I gotta go full deep.
Dude, like as a child, you couldn't just like jump into the deep end. That shit was scary. You know, you had to wade yourself into it.
What blows my mind are these people who go to these like crazy dangerous countries.
Yeah.
On YouTube. Like,
See, I can't do that.
I remember seeing this guy, and I can't remember who he was, but he like kept getting stopped at like military checkpoints, but they were like militia, and they were just taking his passport and stuff, and he was like, "Do I get it back?" And he's like, "Wait." And it's like, oh my god!
I don't think I
would
could do
just
that.
never want to be in a situation like where my life is dependent on some dude with a gun who's got an agenda.
Like I'm very open to like having new experiences in my life. But, you know, if I go to a place, I do want there to be, you know, the basic infrastructure of stuff that I am kind of like familiar with.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
It's just so British of you to say.
I want a bidet. I'm saying I want a bidet everywhere I go. The UK is a second world country because they have the lack of bidets. I'm just they don't got shit.
Yeah, I just want a good place to have a nice meal as well that I can look forward to. That's all.
This list of countries is ever getting lesser and less.
That's
just put America, Europe, and some Asian countries.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm happy. I'm comfortable. But I certainly I've done enough traveling. I've put myself in enough experiences to know what I'm cool not experiencing. You know,
That's fair.
Garnt tries to avoid cancellation 100%.
I think that's acceptable.
It's valid.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where like you have to be careful how you say stuff like that, right? Because obviously it can come off as just being elitist or just being like fuck those guys. But I get it. I think you said it great though.
Yeah.
No, totally.
I'm not trying to come off as elitist.
I know. Yeah. I mean, listen. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be comfortable. Anyone who's ever like who looks like me and goes and sees a standing toilet, I'm like, hell no. And that's not even like bad by like a lot of standards, right? That's pretty like normal in a lot of countries.
Like, what are you complaining about? At least there's a toilet.
Yeah. But
it's not a hole in the ground.
A lot of I know fucking a lot of British people who wouldn't fucking dare shit in a standing toilet. They'd be like, hell no, I'll hold it.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think every person is allowed to have, you know, their standards for travel, and you know, I think there's no real like reason to be judgmental about that because that's on them. You know,
I don't think you actually stand while you shit in that. I know that you squat.
Yeah, you have to squat. Yeah.
I'm not just going like release.
It's like.
Yeah, do you know? Okay, because I think sometimes it's just like the simple things. Do you know what it was? So when I became a monk, right? I think the hardest like period of that was like the first week, where you either like fully commit or it just kind of like breaks you, and you're just like, no, I want comfort in my life. You know, like the thing that like got me this close to my breaking point. Cold showers.
They are killer.
That'll do it.
Well, apparently you get used to them pretty quickly. I've never done it, but apparently you get adjusted to it.
I don't want to get adjusted
I
to
never
it.
did. No. I got adjusted to sleeping on a concrete floor, actually, without a pillow. That was actually, you know, that was something that I adjusted to pretty quickly. I never got used to cold showers. That was like...
I think if I was a monk, I would quit after 3 days and then just chill out in the city for a few months and then come back to my family and be like, dude, it was crazy. It was so fun. It's, the whole praying part was really sick.
Like for me, it was like cold showers. If I go to a place, and we had one place in our America tour that had a broken shower as well.
That wasn't just broken. That was like a horror shower.
Yeah.
It was, and I don't know if we said this on the episode, but like it was on the 4th floor of a building that had no elevator, and every single floor.
Where was that again?
It was in LA. Every single floor you go higher, it got more derelict and like depressed.
I forgot about that.
And the floor with the shower had cobwebs everywhere, no light. There's no light bulbs.
Yeah.
And then when you get in the shower room, it's just this small concrete little alleyway that's like narrowing towards the shower. It's really creepy. And then just a military like bed propped up on the side of the wall. And then you go in the shower and it's fucking freezing and dribbling.
Yep.
And so you're like in this fucking cold ass dribbling shower, and then you want to get out of it and you can't even dry yourself properly because the floor is so dirty and you can't step out because there's no fucking mat or anything. It was horrible.
Yeah.
You're like, this is one of the most expensive cities in the world.
I remember I just took one look and I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay smelly. Like I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know why I was like, I have to shower.
Yeah.
And I regret it so much.
Yeah.
It was so shit.
That was the moment that almost like I'm never touring again. Like this.
Really?
yeah. After I had a fucking
That broke me.
Yeah.
That actually broke me, that shower. I was like, I actually made me want to not tour anymore. I was
Really?
like, I'm done.
Yeah,
Damn.
which is which you know that at the time it almost broke, but it didn't break us because we did the Europe tour.
Yeah.
Which, no cold showers in the Europe
The
tour.
showers in the Europe tour were great.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was great.
That's all I need. Just give me like a nice hot shower, get my day started. That's why. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know if we've told this story, but when we did our Japan road trip. It was either me or Manu that was always late to everything.
Yep.
And the reason is
fucking Europeans.
I needed a shower to wake up. That
But
was
why
like
can't you take short showers, Garnt?
you can't just have a short shower.
You actually just
You
can.
actually
Yeah,
can.
I can do a 1 minute shower. I can be in and out in 60 seconds.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
What do you mean it doesn't count?
You know when
you can get clean.
you know when you
Do you know how
turn
soap applies?
Do you know when it's not about getting clean? It's
What the fuck?
It's not about
It is
getting
literally
clean.
about getting clean.
It is not about getting clean.
It is
no.
factually just about getting. That is why we shower.
God,
That is okay. That is why we shower. That is one of the reasons. That's not the only reason.
God,
okay?
that's the reason why I take showers before I go to bed, so that I can take my time with my shower. If I needed to have a shower in the morning, it's always going to be quick.
I literally had a 40-second shower, I think, today.
Oh my god, I can't imagine. No way. No way. Oh,
Could be me.
Oh, 40 seconds.
I think I ran the shower longer to heat it up than I was actually in it.
Oh,
I literally
no.
sped run it. I was like, water, armpits, soap, full course, done.
No, it's, you wake up first thing and you just let the water run and you're just like, all right,
You gotta do- you gotta do
you're
whatever you
just
do.
getting ready for the day.
There was like 6 of us waiting to use one shower, and Garnt's like, well, Garnt's gone in. All right, guys, we'll give up on a shower.
Yeah, I mean, I could ask you, what's the point of taking a bath? Baths are just less efficient showers.
Listen, yeah, I completely agree with you there, Garnt, and I'll
Yeah.
do that if I have the time, which is the key factor here, which we did not have the time on the Japan special.
Yeah, the other thing that pissed us off during the Japan trip was not the fact that you were taking long showers. It was the fact that it was like, okay, so meeting at the lobby, we're gonna leave early. It's like 8:30. 8:30 meet up at the lobby, and Garnt's like, perfect. I'll start my shower at 8:30.
Okay, so I was getting to this. So you should never room me with Manu ever again because we have like the same mentality. Because I was like, the reason I was starting my shower at 8:30 was because Manu was taking a 15-minute shower.
I'm going to call Garnt out. Out of all three of us, Garnt is always late to everything.
Yeah.
Nah.
He's on his own time zone.
I don't know. There was just average 15 minutes. Fucking hell, that's a 4-course
Okay,
meal.
that makes sense. Mine is roughly 10 to 15 minutes.
I normally do 5.
I'm like
minutes.
10 minutes, I think.
Okay, anyway, Garnt is always late to everything. No, but it's not like super late. Garnt will just always be 5 or 10 minutes
It's
late.
inconveniently
Consistently
late.
5 to 10 minutes late to everything. Why are you never on time, Garnt? What's your reason?
It's because I need those showers in the morning.
No, you can't always use this
I need
excuse.
those
You can't
showers,
always
man.
use this
No,
excuse.
even when we're meeting up for like a dinner or something,
Yeah, you'll always be 10
you're
minutes
always
late.
10 minutes late.
Why, God?
I don't know.
We actually we've made like a joke. I don't know if we've actually ever told you this, guy.
No, yeah,
we all make a joke that we're like, whatever the time is, tell Garnt it 15 minutes earlier so that Garnt shows up on time. Did you know this?
I have not noticed.
We've done this a few times
We've
for
done
trash
this a
case
few
recordings, where it's like, okay, so 11 at the office tomorrow, right? It's like, okay, great. It's like, all right, Nabi, tell Garnt to meet at 10:45, and then you get there at 11.
It's funny, like
We've been late too, though.
I'm
Yeah.
more likely to be on time if I have to like travel far to a place.
Yes, I know
Yeah.
this. I know this. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
noticed this about you.
If I'm like really close to a place, or if I know I can get there anytime, something in my brain's just like,
No, I understand. Yeah, I do
yeah.
this too.
I get that.
But when I have to like schedule it out, I'm like, okay, I need to be there fucking half an hour early.
yeah, but what annoys us the most is like, say we're meeting up at the office at 11, right? And then, you know, Connor or I will like text the group being like, "Go, where you at?" And then you'd be like, "I'm getting ready." And I'm like, when we said 11, we don't mean start getting ready at 11. We mean get your ass here by 11.
Okay, so normally on office days, I do have like that 10 o'clock meeting, which might have played like a big factor. Yeah, but I was like, I'll be honest, guys. I'm trying to like if do this efficiently for me. This is a me thing. I'm like,
It's absolutely a you thing.
so we all have to have like weekly Geeks Plus meetings, and I'm like, let's do it like an hour before a Trash Taste meeting. You know, the boys will understand. You know, I'm trying to do this
We do not
efficiency run.
understand. Make it earlier.
But I stick by the showers, okay? I'm like a fucking Windows computer that doesn't have like an SD drive. You know, you switch it on and you need like 15 minutes in the shower just to like boot up.
Did you say SD drive?
Solid state drive. Yeah,
SD
sorry.
drive.
Sorry, yeah. I'm on like the old fucking hard drive, you know, the fucking mechanical ones. I'm like
really loud ones.
Yeah.
It's 100 megabytes.
and you just like see like the Windows XP logo, and you're
Yeah.
like, all right, you need a bit of time to wake up to get the day started.
Showering for less than 5 minutes may not be long enough to cleanse your body and can cause
if
bacterial
I
and
Googled
fungal
1
infection.
minute
Thank you.
showers bad,
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
sure
you.
I'd get an answer that agrees with me. Listen, I'm not saying it's ideal, but if you got to do it, you got to do it, all right? Because let's be honest, we're just trying to get rid of the stink, Marcus. Obviously, if we're dirty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like a lot of the time, we're just trying to get rid of the smell, you know? So,
Yeah, but it's 40 seconds enough to get rid of the smell.
I think if you soap up, you think?
Not sure about that, Chief.
Showers
whatever.
are sacred, and you will never take that away
Listen,
from me.
I would love a shower, but sometimes you have to do a 1 minute shower.
No, because I shower before I go to bed, like a common, like a sane person.
I can't win, can I? I give a reasonable rationale as to why you might have to do a short
I
shower.
can take all the time I want. I'm going to bed. I'm not going to be like, fuck, I need to go to bed. 40 seconds in the shower. No longer.
Listen, I just want to get a gold split sometimes, okay? I just want to...
I need to be in bed on the dot.
I'm going to do... My new goal in life is to do the quickest possible shower. I need to time it.
Just speed run.
Yeah, it's literally from the moment you step in. It's like, how quickly can I do it? Pre-soaping must not be allowed, right? That's cheating. That's gotta be...
Yeah.
Just shower any percent, no skips.
Also got to be with a block of soap.
With a block of
Yeah.
soap.
That just seems more exciting.
That could
That's
be
a classic.
definitely be a speed running.
And dropping
category.
the soap is an instant loss.
That's a run dead.
Can't wait for the summoning salt video.
All right.
But that has been this
wraps it up,
episode
boys.
of Trash Taste.
God, I can't wait for the comments.
Which showerer are you? Are you a Connor? Are you a Joey? Or are you a Garnt?
I like long shot. I just don't have... no, I'm not getting into it.
no.
Let's not get into it.
Joey, do the thing.
All right. Hey, look at these patrons, though. I'm sure they shower for enough
do.
time.
They do shower.
You're a Trash Taste fan. Ain't no way they shower.
Oh, fuck, you're right. They're anime fans, too. But hey, if you'd like to join the show and support us, then go on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/trash taste. Also follow us on Twitter, send us your memes on the subreddit, and if you hate our face, listen to us on Spotify. And we will be back in the regular studio after this one, so we'll see you guys back at home.
Bye, guys.
Bye.